What's going on, everybody? What is happening? Whew. All right. Let me make sure. If you guys hear a humming noise in the background, please just let me know. I don't have to worry about picking that up. So I want to make sure that background noise is not being picked up. So please let me know if you hear any humming noise in the back. As you guys come in, make sure you hit that like button. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to finish up part 4 of Umar violating laws and stuff, running around here thinking he's practicing psychology. And then we're going to check out a little Marianne Lorian because she did a whole video. I don't want to miss it. So I want to check out some of her video that she did. Let's see here. You can't make this up. Mm-mm-mm. Yep. Marianne did a 2-hour plus live. And I just want to check out some of hers as well after we finish up this last part of Umar sitting in his mama's closet thinking he's somebody's psychologist. What's going on, Francisca? Hello again, people. Thank you. Shout out to my mods. I appreciate you guys so much. You have no idea how much of a blessing it is. We had a very lengthy live with Candace earlier, but just kind of making up from yesterday, not being able to go live like I wanted to. I don't even recall if I put up a post about it, but I do apologize. So I had to take some time to finish up work, give my voice a break. And we are at it today. And tomorrow we're going to check out people who are speaking out against the cult of Candace Owens. And go over straight out of context in her videos. But we got some Umar. I got to finish up this part for you all. This idiot wanted to get in the closet and start talking to people about psychology and things he shouldn't be talking about. So yes, we're going to check that out. Hope all is well. Hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday. Hope everyone is good. I had let me go to my email. Oh man, I have not been able to check my email in a couple days. You guys have been emailing me and I have not even been able to check my email. I am so sorry. So I'm behind on a lot of stuff, as you all can see. But welcome in, you all. Welcome in, you all. Hope everybody's doing okay. I'm reading emails, man. This is so funny. Oh man. Oh man. Let's see here. Hey, quite welcome. I'm completely here for it. Oh yeah. Shout out to you, Black Anonymous. I'm just not getting your email in. Y'all, Albert wrote me again. I need to. Okay. And this is how behind I am. Having writer Albert Lanier back on, as well as John, I was able to talk with. We did a video over Candace. Man, there's a couple of people I would like to bring back on, but it's just been so hard to do that. Ray J, brother Malik sent me an email. Ray J calling somebody out. You can't make this up. Ray J calling out Umar now. I don't know. It just seems weird for him to call out somebody. Ray J's like becoming more trending with calling people out now. Like, seriously. You can't make this up. Ray J is calling him out, Umar out, because of course there's no school. But Ray J reveals that he got into it with Umar over Sukiana while his girlfriend Sheila was in the room listening and confirms that he pays Suki 75,000 a month. What? That's what they got into it over? Oh hell no. I'm not. No. Ray J can kick rocks. Chabu. I can see you talking about the school or something. Ray J is getting mad calling Umar out over Sukiana. Oh, stop. Ah! You can't make this up. Oh, somebody sent me an email about, ooh. So she miss jumping out. She gets the internet is forever. Yes, it is forever. Oh, yeah. Y'all, oh, I got an email where Candace is sitting here saying that she dropped out and confirmed she did not receive a degree. This is insane. Why does she say these things? Oh my goodness. Yeah, she dropped out and went on to educate herself. Candace, you educating yourself does not mean that you have 2 degrees. Oh my goodness. Y'all, we're going to see that tomorrow. We're doing a video on one of the a content creator named Straight Out of Context, who's giving her testimonial about how she got out of the cult of Candace Owens. I'm going to show this article here where she admits she dropped out of college and then she educated herself. Candace, you cannot give yourself 2 degrees, girl. You can't make this stuff up. John Humphrey at URI, obviously you've lied to me, bro. I think he wants me to debunk that he lied. I don't know what's going on with that. That's some crazy nonsense. You can't make this stuff up. Shout out to all of you all tuning in. Thank you all so much. I appreciate all of you guys for watching. Happy Saturday. We're going to try to do a run this evening for the members only with a Christmas Carol because I really want to watch some Christmas movies. But I just got to see what I can and can't watch, I guess. I think the ones that are like more YouTube based type would be good. And, you know, if it's like Netflix or something like that, probably not. And then shout out to Rim Rum. Rim Rum. Okay, so Lene Stacks went back on Rim Rum about moving back into his mother's house and the daughter issue. Wow. Y'all, ooh, wow. Okay. They're live right now? Rim Rum's live right now? Okay, we gotta check into that in a minute. But let's get started, y'all. Let's get started. Thank y'all so much. Hit the like button as you guys come in. Hit the like button. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Rim Rum is live, so people are there. I can tell. Yeah, I see it. Oh man. Well, shout out to Rim Rum. But we're still gonna do this because you guys can always hit the replay. And I want to finish up the last minutes of the last few minutes of the so-called this so-called psychology nonsense. I think he's licensed and certified to do what he's not. And we're gonna get going from there. And check out a little bit of what Marianne Lorian had to say in her live stream. So let's get some more comments in. Lene is on live stream over there. Yeah, I see. I got the link. But we're gonna continue on and press forward with ours. And you guys feel free. Listen, feel free to catch the replay. However, but we gotta press forward because I want to be able to get to this content because I don't want to put this on the back burner any longer. It already took me a few days to get to doing these 2 videos, the part 1 and part 2. So we're gonna finish this on up. I love how we get a steady stream of lives on this channel. Oh yes, thank you, Honey Bun Express. How you, Empress? How you doing, Honey Bun Empress? You good? Happy Saturday. Welcome in, you all. Tippity tappity. Gravy day to all. Gravy day to all. Next week we'll be saying gobble gobble gobble. Now happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving coming up, y'all. What's going on, Stoic? How you doing? Hit the like button as you come in. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. So you guys let me know if there's a noise in the background that's bothersome. If not, we're good to go. Let's see here. Oh God, this parent teacher conference. I don't know what made Umar think he could do this, but he did it, and we're here for it because we're gonna check it out. All right. And I'll let me put this back to white with the closed captions. Where is it? Yeah, it's the font color. I put it on yellow. Let's put it back to white. Okay. All right. Put a one in the chat if you can see it here. We just pick it up where we left off, you all. Let's go.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sister Taylor. How's Columbia, Louisiana treat?
Oh, it's great. It's great.
I got a question for you. Columbia is near what major city? Shreveport, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette?
Oh, we're about 2 hours from Shreveport.
Okay. I spoke in Shreveport about 2-3 years ago. But go right ahead with your question, my queen.
Yes, sir. So I have a 5-year-old daughter, and I also have a 17-year-old goddaughter that lives in the home with us. And my daughter,
Hey, how you doing?
She talks like all the time to us, to everyone in the household, but like sometimes she's very shy when she gets around other people. It's at the point where some people think she's nonverbal, but like she talks me to death. And then a lot of people will say, "Oh, well, maybe she's just shy." But then I ask her, like, how this is like shy. Why you don't want to talk around others? And she'll be like, "Oh, mom, I'm so nervous. I'm so scared."
TR.
So I started Googling things, and cool. I saw something called selective mutism, like in children.
Selective mutism. Yes, that's when children choose not to talk. Yes, that could be an issue. There could be some social anxiety there. Has she ever been through any traumas? She ever witnessed any shootings or beatings or car accidents or anything like that?
These parents aren't even researching
Okay, I mean, it doesn't
this.
sound like much of a problem to me. What you can do is just create a discipline program for her. What I mean by that is where you're going to motivate her. Like, hey, say, listen, if you start speaking more, if I think you spoke enough to people outside the house today or to others than me, you get a smiley face. And if you get a certain amount of smiley faces on the weekend, we can do something fun. You can motivate her to do more speaking with rewards. Now, when's the last time she had her hearing checked out? Has she had her hearing checked out just to make sure there's no hearing issues?
So she's in kindergarten now. I believe before she went to preschool last year, like she had all those tests done and everything was fine.
Okay, it don't sound like much of an issue to me, but I definitely think that you can entice her to get more motivated to speak more often by providing her with some rewards. That's what I would do.
Okay, thank you. Because I know she's so nervous at school, and I don't want that to affect her.
Right.
I know she talks some at school, but
she
not
didn't
a lot.
look
and
this
at
up.
that age, I think when they're testing, they're maybe asking like verbal questions.
Okay.
And then maybe she's not responding because when I talk to her and do homework at her home, it's no problem. But like, it's just outside.
Y'all, what baffles me is that this lady could have looked up the selective, and they use this term. I want to make sure I say it right. Selective mutism. She could have looked that up. Does the child not have a primary care physician? I mean, me as a parent, even if, let's say, I did not get any education in biology or pre-med or anything, right? Or in medicine or healthcare, none of that. Wouldn't you just Google this information and research it? Wouldn't that be the first thing you would want to do as a parent? You don't need to call him for this. That can be a Google search. And the fact that he's sitting here doing this without a license or certification, I hope he's been reported to the Board of Psychology. I got to finish up my complaint to them because this is outrageous. He is telling parents to not give their kids medication. That's what's bothersome to me.
Choose not to talk. Yes, that could be an issue. There could be some social anxiety there. Has she ever been through any traumas? She ever witnessed any shootings or beatings or car accidents or anything
like that? You can't
make
this up.
No, sir, not at all.
Okay, I mean, it doesn't sound like much of a problem to me. What you can do is just create a discipline program for her. What I mean by that is where you're going to motivate her. Like, hey, say, listen, if you start speaking more, if I think you spoke enough to people outside the house today or to others than me, you get a smiley face. And if you get a certain amount of smiley faces on the weekend, we can do something fun. You can motivate her to do more speaking with rewards. Now, when's the last time she had her hearing checked out? Has she had her hearing checked out just to make sure there's no hearing issues?
So she's in kindergarten now. I believe before she went to preschool last year, like she had all those tests done and everything was fine.
Okay, it don't sound like much of an issue to me, but I definitely think that you can entice her.
Of course, it wouldn't to him. He's not a doctor.
To speak more often by providing her with some rewards. That's what I would do.
Oh my God.
Thank you, because I know she's so nervous in school, and I don't want that to affect her.
Right.
I know she talks some at school, but not a lot. And then at that age, I think when they're testing, they're maybe asking like verbal questions.
Okay.
And then maybe she's not responding, because when I talk to her and do homework at her home, it's no problem. But like, it's just outside of the home. And then sometimes with other family members that she has been around, she won't really talk. She'll like nod or point or say one word. But like I said, with me and my goddaughter or people she's more comfortable with, it's like a conversation like me and you are having now.
I got you.
And it's been like this for a while. So I guess I'm just a little
I think you need to get her. I also think you need to get her a counselor, not a school counselor, but on the outside. Find a counselor, a therapist,
just take
or
her to a doctor. They'll give her a referral.
Black therapist. Yes.
I spoke to her doctor about this, and they were supposed to refer me to someone, but
you don't need a referral. Just Google them. Just Google black therapist. And
no, she does need a referral, you idiot. You know why? Because it will go through her insurance. Are you kidding me? She does need a referral. Her primary care physician needs to give her a referral to a specialist. And then through that specialist, with that referral, your insurance company will pay the bill. Anytime you go to a specialist, you need a referral from your primary care physician. If you want this insurance to pay it, you better get it. This is coming from the idiot who doesn't know how this stuff works. This is so crazy. What's going on, everybody? Thank you all so much for tuning in. Y'all. Oh, I hate when people just give wrong information that can be Googled. Oh, man, this is burning me up. What's going on, Stoic? Tavares, how you doing? No noise. Thank you so much. TR, shout out to you. Thank you, Lady Luck. Stay on, hit this frost back. Oh, yeah, I will. Absolutely. True, what's going on? How you doing? Let's see here. I want to make sure I get everybody up in here. So the kid has anxiety. I don't know. She's saying selective mutism, where she selectively, it's almost like it's hard to say that with a kid, right? Because sometimes kids just ignore us and they don't care. But she could be just being a kid. I don't know how serious selective mutism is with someone who is autistic. Maybe something she can't control, maybe not. I don't know. But this lady is not taking her to a doctor where she can get more of those questions answered and have more assessments done by a licensed physician that can do these assessments and render a more factually based diagnosis. Umar's just theorizing and guessing here. You don't need that. Man, this is so crazy. Good conscious content. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. WebMD is better than listening to Umar. Exactly. Tavares, anything is better than Umar. Exactly. What's going on, Black Anonymous? How you doing? Oh my God. Let's see here. Andromeda says this is absolutely ridiculous because her kindergarten doesn't want to talk to people that she don't really know. She goes to this man to find out if she got an issue. Exactly. As opposed to her doctor. As opposed to the doctor. Everybody speak to everybody. Jay the informant, shout out to you. What's going on? He doesn't have insurance. He's unemployed. No, I'm talking about the mother. He's telling the mother you don't need a referral, but she does need a referral because she just said the primary care physician was supposed to give her a referral. Instead of her calling the doctor back to follow up with the referral, which would be the easiest thing to do, right? She's listening to him and he's telling her factually incorrect information. That is not factually correct. She does need a referral from the primary care physician for a specialist if she is using insurance. Now, if she just wants to go to a specialist, pay out of pocket, more than likely they're going to ask, does she have a referral? More than likely, that's the first thing they're going to say. And then if she says, well, no, I just thought that this would be an issue that would be appropriate for this type of specialty. Okay, then whatever the complaint is, it has to be one where they can actually assess and treat it. Now, what if she does it on her own and she decides to just go to a random psychiatrist? What if they don't address those types of issues? You get a referral because your doctor will know who to refer you to that actually addresses kids with autism with selective mutism. Very specific. She should be calling her child's doctor to get the damn referral and keep living. And leave Umar in his mama closet where he belongs. Umar, where's proof of life of your mother? While you in her house for 2-3 hours doing something that the board of psychology said by state law you should not be doing? Where's proof of life from your mother? That's what I want to know. You can't make this up. Shout out to you, Jay the Informant. You guys, make sure you check out Jay the Informant. If I can get one of the moms to drop the YouTube channel link for Jay the Informant as well, make sure you go over there and support his content on his channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sid is asking, what is the topic today? We're finishing up this unlawful psych session that, Umar is given from his mama's closet because it's unlawful. It violates state statute, and we've gone over the state law. This is highly illegal. He's not licensed or certified. This is highly illegal. So we wanted to finish this up, and I wanted to check out a little bit of Mary Ann Lorian's video she did. It's like a little over 2 hours, but we just kind of skim through it and see what she's talking about with that. And why is it that people think that their child in preschool and kindergarten should have a full-fledged conversation like they graduated out of high school? This is ridiculous, and he is too. Exactly. She's calling him trying to get this level of advice as if he has a license or certification to offer this advice. And he's saying, well, you should take her to a psychologist, not a school psychologist, but an actual psychologist. That was what her doctor was referring her to. So she called Umar for nothing. She called Umar for him to tell her the same thing her child's doctor was going to refer her to. Make that make sense. This is so crazy. Well, he's never practiced with a license. He never had it. Yep, exactly. Umar, no insurance, having ass wouldn't know. Exactly. What's going on, Redemption? How you doing? When my daughter was in first grade, she barely talked to certain relatives because she was unfamiliar with them. But once she got familiar, she talked. Exactly. We're talking about a kid that's 5, 6 years old. Good afternoon. What's going on, Maximum Booger? How you doing? And that's what she's saying. Like, this kid is, what, pre-K? They may not be vocal. My kids didn't talk to everybody. As a matter of fact, I taught my kids, don't talk to strangers. You don't know who they are. Don't talk to them. I don't want you to be too friendly with strangers. I don't want you to be friendly with people you don't know, because you have some real pervs that out here that take advantage of that. They see a kid that's overly friendly, and then they can talk to him, and then they can lure him away. Now, you need to be able to yell stranger danger and run down the street. If you're not right next to me, my kids are 17 and 13, and I still make them walk in front of me. When we're going to the store, going to anywhere, I make them walk in front of me. Don't walk behind me. This is how I keep my eyes on my kids at all times. They're 17 and 13, and I still have them walk in front of me. And this woman is sitting here talking about she don't talk to people she don't know. She's not supposed to. You shouldn't want her to. That's a bad idea for her to talk to any and everybody. She's like, but she talks my ear off. You're her mother. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. What's going on, Sharon? How you doing? Yeah, this is something else. I just want to make sure I'm recognizing all of you all in here. Thank you for tuning in. So forcing her to talk to everyone will get her talking to strangers. This mom is crazy. The women that call in this show, it seems like they're bored or they don't know how to read themselves. I don't know. Google is your friend. Just Google or go to your child's doctor. This child has a primary care physician that has tried to give this lady a referral. Why won't she just call the doctor's office back and say, hey, what's going on with that referral? I really need it. This is absolutely mad. It's absolute madness. Hey, Saint, how you doing? Shout out to my mods. How you doing? Welcome on in here. You're correct, Lady Luck. She does need a referral, and this man is providing this information. He is illegally practicing. Exactly. Yeah, you have to have a referral for a specialist. Because a lot of times they don't even want to fool with it. Especially if you have insurance. Your insurance is not going to pay it either way. Because they're going to think, okay, well, this is not warranted or mandated. You couldn't get a referral from your doctor, which is easy to do. That means you go into a primary care physician, you don't even bring up these concerns to the PCP. And the PCP, knowing that this is not their scope of medicine that they practice in, will refer you to a specialist that can help and address and assess and evaluate those types of issues. That gives an indication to the insurance company that this is medically warranted. That's how that works, Umar, you idiot. Medically warranted. And then they cover the expenses. But if you're not even talking to a general medical physician about this, it's hard for the insurance company to say, oh, okay, yeah, we're to take all this seriously, even though you didn't even talk to your own doctor about it. What? You didn't get a referral. You just walked in. No referral. Unless you're having a mental health crisis. No. But this baby has a pediatrician that the mother said, was going to give her a referral. And she just failed to follow up. Let's go back a little bit. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Hit the like button. Let's get back to it. You're talking about smiley faces and rewards.
Like, say, listen, if you start speaking more, if I think you spoke enough to people outside the house today or to others than me,
my God,
you get a smiley face. And if you get a certain amount of smiley faces,
hey, Manny,
you can motivate her to do more
speaking
with rewards. Now, when's the last time she had a hearing checked out? Has she had a hearing checked out just to make sure there's no hearing issues?
Hey, Ed.
So she's in kindergarten now, I believe, before she went to preschool last year.
Exactly.
Like, she had all those tests done and everything was fine.
Okay, it don't sound like much of an issue to me, but I definitely think that you can entice her to get more motivated to speak more often.
Umar was in Brazil? How he afford that? Y'all, I want to take my kids to Disney World for Christmas. I can't even think about that right now. How did he go to Brazil? Doing what? That is something else. Shout out to you, Manny. To my moms, thank you so much, Manny, for tuning in. How you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Ad, what's going on? Ad said, correct me if I'm wrong, but psychiatrists prescribe meds and psychologists don't. Why is he advising on medication? Exactly. He shouldn't be advising on anything. But yes, a psychiatrist is a licensed medical physician. They can prescribe medication. Psychologists cannot do that. So he's been telling people to take their kids off meds or to not take them to a doctor to get meds. That is so illegal. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is why I said report him to the Board of Psychology in the state of Pennsylvania so they can file another complaint against him in court. This time they need to lock his ass up because he's not going to learn the easy way. He's got to learn the hard way. This is getting ridiculous. You're putting kids' lives in danger. You're talking about not giving them medication. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh, Derek. And then he said he was recently in Brazil. I can't believe this. You can't believe this. What's going on, the goddess? How did he afford to go to Brazil? Umar, you don't even pay your own bills. And you went to Brazil? That's crazy to me. That's crazy work. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We do have the $25 live stream go. It helps with, support of the channel, the expenses of the channel. You guys can give, not just hit the like button, share the videos. Let's get the views up on these videos as well, because Umar should not be doing this. And this is a violation of state law in Pennsylvania for him to be doing this. He should not be using these regulated terms or purporting himself to be a psychologist practicing psychology. He's not licensed or certified to do any of this stuff. I mean, this is absolutely insane. All right, let's get back to it.
Body her with some rewards. That's what I would do.
Okay, thank you. Because I know she's so
he doesn't even take care of his own kids.
And I don't want that to affect her.
Right.
I know she talks some at school, but not a lot. And then at that age, I think when they're testing, they're maybe asking like verbal questions.
Thank you, Umber Ones.
And then maybe she's not responding. Because when I talk to her and do homework at her home, it's no problem. But like, it's just outside of the home. And then sometimes with other family members that she has been around, she won't really talk. She'll like nod or point or say one word. But like I said, with me and my goddaughter or people she's more comfortable with, it's like a conversation like me and you are having.
Hey, Rim. I got you.
It's been like this for a while. So I guess I'm just
I think you need to get
Let me get out of here.
I also
No,
think you need to
right?
get her a counselor, not a school counselor, but on the outside. Find a counselor, a therapist, or a psychologist. You can just Google them. Google black therapist. Yes.
Shout out to Tanya. Shout out to Rim Rum. How you doing? They told me you're live. What's going on with you? How you doing? Happy Saturday to you. Tanya, how you doing? Tavares said, yes, Google. I know, right? It's so easy to Google. I'm sure he went on donation money. He has no job. Exactly. Yeah, because that's the only way he's paying out anything. This is so crazy. Can I get a one of my mods to please drop the YouTube channel link for Rim Rum TV? Shout out to you, honey. Hope all is well. Shout out to Lene Stacks. I saw that she was over there. You guys have a great panel going over there. Y'all, this is something else. Maximum said his mom screaming in the next room, help me get out of here. Yo, this is a good time to have a wellness check done. Anybody thought about calling the police over there? Hello, police? Yes, there is a large man wearing a red hoodie with an African flag on his hair. Yeah, he refused to show sign of his mother. Yeah, we've been asking. Can you guys go over there and do a wellness check now? He's live streaming so you can catch him off guard. And we can hear you all. If you speak loudly, we can hear you all say, produce your mom. And if he tries to lie and say she's not there, then you'll know he's lying. He's lying because she's in the room. She's bed bound or wheelchair bound. She's not going anywhere. Can y'all do a wellness check? See, I literally would. I literally would have a wellness check done right then and now. I don't have his address. I'm going to be honest. When I say I don't believe in doxing, I don't. As much as I would love to put her address out for everybody to do a wellness check, I don't believe in doxing. But if anybody knows her address, her family, her relatives, do a wellness check. Just keep sending them out there. It's only so long. Say we haven't seen her in months. We don't know she's alive. He won't tell us if she's alive. We feel that we discern that she could be in some horrible, distressing situation. And we don't even know she's alive. You got to tell them that. Because he's going to lie and say, well, she ain't here. Where is she? And tell them that. Say, he said to a social worker in the past, she's not here. But yet, he didn't let this person in the house come and see it for herself either. And he lies. He gets mad about it. So, can y'all just say, okay, if she's not here, where is she? Because we heard she's wheelchair bound and bed bound. She has physical disabilities and ailments. She can't walk or anything. She can't even go to the bathroom for herself. So how is she not here? If we go and ask the neighbors if she's left this house and they all say no, we're coming back and we're kicking in the door. That's how that should go. If we pull up, if one of the neighbors got a Ring door camera of some sort, and we ask the neighbors if we can check out the door cam, and we don't see her leave this house, we coming back and we kicking in the damn door. And then make sure they have like 2 police officers on the side to make sure he can't sneak out. And then they go back and see, okay, she didn't leave this house. So why is she not here? She live here and you don't. Why is she not here? Your family is saying they don't think she's alive, and you're saying she's not at home. And no one can corroborate her leaving this house. See, that's how you got to report it to the police. When I say you have to just tell the truth. You're not lying in that. You're being honest. We honestly believe she's not alive. And get one of the neighbors to attest to whether they've seen her leave the house or come back. And if he lies again and says she's not here, now they have more probable cause to kick in the damn door. This is the perfect time to do a wellness check. While he's sitting in here playing pretend psychologist. Perfect time to do it. You can't make it. This is so crazy. She's definitely in there talking about, help me get out of here. Oh my God. The heat must be off at Umar home. You know what? And I'm going to say this. If she's, and this is just my just deep down in me. I don't know. I don't want to feel this way. But I do feel that there's something terribly wrong If she's no longer with us, the air has to be on. Because now you don't want the alert the neighbors with the smell. I just don't understand why he keeps hiding her from his family. Why is it that she can't see her other children and grandchildren? He is literally trying to control her and keep her away from her own family. And it's sickening and disgusting. So, of course, it leaves room to believe something sinister and nefarious is happening. And I'm going to keep saying it. The family does not need to give up. They need to keep demanding wellness checks. Period. Keep demanding. If they're misbehaving, punish them. If they're behaving, reward them. Profound advice, Umar. You're a literal genius. You know what's so funny, Ed? He didn't even take care of his own kids. Umar, you're a deadbeat trying to tell somebody what they should do to reward their children. Donations paid for by his plane ticket. Paid for his plane ticket. Exactly. Oh my God. What's going on, Sasha? The donations paid for the Brazil vacation. And it was so crazy. He's going on a vacation to another country. I sure wish they would have just kept his ass. That way we really could get in a couple wellness checks and find out what's really going on. Who's with the mother when he's in Brazil? See, you all, I told for the Umar Tardians, we tried to tell you, thunkheads, he's not opening up a school because he's taking out money to go to Brazil. Nobody out there wants him to speak. But he going out there to Brazil and he don't mind going out there to chase after the women. You know, where my Brazil Africans at? You can't make this up. All right, y'all, let's get back to it. Shout out to all of you. Make sure you hit the like button. Thank you so much for tuning in.
I spoke to her doctor about this, and they were supposed to refer me to someone, but
you don't need a referral. Just Google them. Just Google black therapist in Columbia, Louisiana, and have her go to one of them and have her maybe.
You do need a referral.
If they find anything else, because it may be anxiety, general anxiety. It could have came from anything. You know, everybody's born different. Everybody has different temperaments.
Hey, Rosetta,
she may just have some general anxiety that she can work through with a counselor. And then we also do something that's called desensitization training, where we can slowly ease your daughter into becoming more comfortable speaking to people. That's a part of the treatment plan. Desensitization. So I just think she needs a good counselor who can start working with her on that, so it don't get worse, because we don't want it to get worse.
He's stupid. Okay. Now I got to look that up.
No problem. Keep me posted if you ever have any issues. You got my number.
You can't make this up.
All right, Mom. Be blessed. All right. Let's go to tap-ins. Let's go to the tap-ins. Let's go to the tap-ins. Let's go to Rich Forever. Where Brother Rich Forever at? Brother Rich Forever. Rich Forever going once. Rich Forever going twice.
You can't make this up. I got to go back.
Posted if you ever have some general anxiety that
she's not responding.
She doesn't know she has anxiety. She's 5.
Like, it's just outside of the home. And then sometimes with other family members that she has been around, she won't really talk. She'll like nod or point or say one word. But like I said, with me and my goddaughter or people she's more comfortable with, it's like a conversation like me and you are having now.
I got you.
It's been like this for a while. So I guess I'm just a little
I think you need to get her.
She's 5. What do you mean a while? She's 5 years old. Yeah, I'm grown. Okay? Because the lady just doesn't tell her age. I'm grown. And I don't talk to people I'm not comfortable with talking to. As a matter of fact, if I'm not comfortable at all and feel like you might pose a threat, I'm gonna stay away from you. You cannot make this up. What the hell is happening with this conversation? This whole video illegal. Thank you, Black Anonymous. They're asking him for advice because he's lying to people, giving them the impression that he could do this. He knows he's not licensed or certified. But you think these Umar Tardians and old Goonie Goons out here researching this information? They look at my video and think that I'm just being mean and hateful, I guess, by saying state laws that he's violating. I even went over the actual complaint and the appeal filed by the Board of Psychology, outlining how he's breaking the law and which law he's breaking when he does this. And he still does it. And they don't care. This child is what, 5 years old? You can't make this up. People actually, thank you, Sandy. People actually listen to this idiot. And then he's asking for money. This is part 2 of this session he did, right? Part 1 was like 2 hours long. Shout out to Danny's World. It's on Danny's World's YouTube channel. Mod, if I can get on my, please drop Danny's World YouTube channel in the link in the chat for me. Thank you so much. Shout out to Danny's World. She uploaded the entire live stream in 2 parts. In the first part, he literally asked for donations. Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. This is to help us get the school open. We're still getting that school open. Why you break the law? While he's breaking the law, he's asking for freaking money. Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. While he's breaking the damn law. Now, let me ask you all this. Don't you think those Umar Tardians and people who are brain dead or still just choosing to be ignorant, they won't be more prone to give him money seeing him do this? They will be more prone to open up their wallet to send him a Cash App. Don't you think those people that called probably did send him a Cash App or a PayPal? This is what I mean. He's raising money while violating the law. So he's raising money on the false pretenses. That's illegal. It's misleading. It's deceptive practices. Umar is violating the law. You can't make this up. Thank you so much, Manny. That's the YouTube channel link to Danny's World. Go check her out. She has the entire live stream in 2 parts, and we're checking out the rest of part 2. So man, this is nuts. On top of that, he's not a licensed psychologist. Exactly. Even if he was, psychiatrist prescribed medication, not psychologist. This is ass backwards. Exactly. Oh my God, Umar is going to jail. He needs to go. This is the only way he's going to stop. This is like being a danger to society. Francisco says, if I was in the U.S., I would have reported him for every violation under the sun because he has violated many laws during this parents' conference. Exactly. Giving out false information. He's telling the mother not to get a referral. She don't need one. That is false. She does need a referral. And the crazy part is, this is a kid being a kid. Since when did you know children on average should just be, open and willing to speak to just random strangers she don't know? Even if it is a relative. I don't care. As a child. Especially if it's a relative that they may not see often. He's at the end of his rope. What's going on, News Sticks? He's at the end of his rope. The feds move slow, but they're closing in. I think they're waiting until he loses those buildings. They can take them buildings, honey. They can take them. The feds can have them because he ain't trying to open them up. He's still lying about that. This is so illegal and unethical. It's not even funny. Redemption Song, shout out to you. Suggesting treatments that Umar suggested treatments that do occur. However, the clinician must review a lengthy intake form that provides clear history, family, individual being treated, school, medical history, etc. Exactly. And I have this information up right here just so you guys can see desensitization, blah, blah, blah. Sorry about that. Refers to a process used in various contexts, primarily in psychology and medicine. The thing is, he does not have a license to even recommend this information. This was a Google search for me. He should not be telling her that this is a method they're going to do. They would have to do an evaluation. They might just see that what she's doing could be normal. A lot of kids nowadays don't like to talk, and a lot of parents are cautious around who's around their kids, probably giving them a warning or heads up. I don't want you going to, talking to all these strangers and stuff like that. Right now, that's to be expected almost. You got so much stuff going on out here. You got mothers, and the mother in Chicago where her 2 children were jumped by other children. A gang of badass children of the corn attacked a mother with sickle cell anemia and her 2 kids walking from school. This isn't what we are in life now. So when you see stuff like that going on where children are now jumping on a grown woman and her 2 kids, I wouldn't want my kids talking to everybody either. What the hell for? Not when you children of the corn. My kids don't need to talk to the children of the corn. Nope. No, thank you. Y'all, when y'all go to school, you need to be able to discern if this is a good person or not. Every kid is not your friend there. Some kids are just sinister and evil. And they go out their way to try to set up kids, have them beat up, have them jumped, because they can be deep-seated, just evil, or they can be jealous and envious of you for whatever reason. My grandmother taught me early, in this lifetime, you're going to have to understand and realize that there are people who just won't like you. And you're going to have to be okay with that. I was taught that as a child. So even as a child, my grandmother loved me enough to give me enough wisdom to impart that wisdom in me. Everybody is not going to like you. And many won't like you simply because they don't like you. It might not even be a reason. You can't worry about that. You're going to have to be okay with that. As a matter of fact, you should expect it. So with that, I don't force myself or my kids to go out and just have conversations with strangers. Even genetic relatives might not mean, good for you, or might not want the best for you. They may not have your best interest at heart. So no, maybe this little girl is discerning that these idiots not worth my time. Let her be a kid. Children of the corn running around here jumping parents, and this woman gets sickle cell anemia, and she's in a hospital because some kids jumped her and her 2 children. And she didn't want to hit the kids back because who knows then what she could have been facing as an adult. But you got the children of the corn out here beating up grown folks now, jumping and attacking an adult just because, for reasons. They didn't have a reason to even be near that woman. They stalked her, they bullied her, and then they attacked her and her kids because they're children of the corn, and they should be charged and go to jail. You can't make this stuff up. And he's sitting here talking about they need to be desensitized so they can have conversations. No, they don't. Maybe that's her gift. Discerning other people and knowing who she should and should not talk to. Child boo. So as you all can see this information here, systemic desensitization is a therapeutic method that helps individuals confront fears gradually, reducing anxiety responses through relaxation training and exposure to fear stimuli. They don't even know if that's the case. And the mother did not follow up with the primary care physician to get the damn referral. Take your child to get the referral first, you idiot. Some women are just not meant to be mothers. I'm sorry. Just because you can procreate does not mean that you make a good mother. This is crazy.
I also think you need to get her a counselor, not a school counselor, but on the outside. Find a counselor.
You can't make this up.
A therapist or a psychologist. You can just Google them. Google black therapist.
Yes. You can't make this up.
About that, and they were supposed to refer me to someone, but
you don't need a referral. Just Google them. Just Google black therapist. And
no, she needs a referral.
And have her go to one of them and have her maybe 5 sessions to see if they find anything else. Because it may be anxiety, general anxiety. It could have came from anything. Everybody's born different. Everybody has different temperaments. She may just have some general anxiety that she can work through with a counselor. And then we also do something that's called desensitization training, where we can slowly ease your daughter into becoming more comfortable speaking to people. That's a part of the treatment plan for therapy. So I just think she needs a good counselor who can start working with her on that, so it don't get worse, because we don't want it to get worse.
What?
Okay. Thank you so much. That's so helpful.
No problem. Keep me posted if you ever have any issues. You got my number.
Okay, yes, sir. Thank
you. All right.
No. She needs to call her doctor. Call your child's doctor and get the damn referral. Why are you listening to this Oompa Loompa? Y'all, he looked just like that red Oompa Loompa photo I had. Yeah. That's it right here. Oh my God, I'm gonna pull it up. Hold on.
Right, Mom. Be blessed. All right. Let's go to tap-ins. Let's go to Rich Forever. Where Brother Rich Forever at? Brother Rich Forever. Rich Forever going once. Rich Forever going twice. All right, Rich Forever must not be tapping in. Okay, who tapping in? Who tapping in? That was Brother Rich Forever. Let's go to Brother Patah Haru. Brother Patah Haru going once. Brother Patah Haru going twice. Brother Patah Haru going 3 times. All right, who tapping in? Who tapping in? Let's go to the phone. You are so intelligent and sexy. Thank you, my sister. We must stay focused, my brothers. We must stay focused. Let's see who else got a question. Where we at?
Ew. Somebody say he's sad. God, he needs a bath.
Why
is he having a hard time?
Afro-Hispanic queen. All right. I'm trying to get y'all to tap in for our last 30 minutes. You know what? Let me end this.
Hold on. Let me show y'all this. Hold on. Yeah, this is Umar. This is Umar right here. This is his twin. Yeah, Umar look just like this Oompa Loompa. Except this Oompa Loompa had a whole bath and got a ponytail. That's it. This is Umar. Umar, this Oompa Loompa looks better than you. You understand? This is the 2005 Oompa Loompa. And even this Oompa Loompa looks better than you. You dumb Oompa Loompa. I have nothing against Oompa Loompas. Umar is a Oompa Loompa that is unbathed. You can't make this stuff up. You look just like this Oompa Loompa. Okay, let's go back to
right back. And it's for tap-ins, all right?
Oh, God.
Got any questions?
Dookie Juice Johnson.
Any questions at all? Let me see. If you want to tap in right now, you can tap in right now. If you want to tap in right now. Right now.
Why you gonna keep people on his call? Don't nobody want to talk to you. Dumbass dude.
Sister Lady Bay going twice. Where you at, Lady Bay? Let me see your face, Lady Bay. I gotta see you. I gotta see you, Lady Bay.
Why?
I just woke up, doctor.
You just woke up, my queen.
But I know you don't care because
I don't care.
Here's the thing. Why do you need to see their face? I thought you were just giving them information. Why do you need to see their face? If they're calling in, you're illegally advising them of things you're not licensed and certified to do. What difference does it make if you see their face? Isn't it supposed to be about their children you're giving illegal advice to? Or on behalf of? You're trying to give these parents, these mothers, this nonsense about. And did y'all recall him telling the young man that we started out in the beginning of this video when he was talking to the young man about the custody thing? Did he ever say that he had to see his face? Do y'all remember him saying that? I don't remember him saying that about the young man when he was talking to him about the custody matter. I don't recall Umar telling that young man, I need to see your face. You're going to have to put yourself on camera. Does anybody recall that? Ghostface said no. Did he ever ask that young man in the beginning of this video where he was talking about the custody situation because the mother got the the restraining order, more protection order against him, and that he got an attorney and all this stuff? He wasn't even sure if the baby was born. At any given time, did Umar tell that young man, I need to see your face. I need you to come on camera? Francisca said, no, it was just the ladies. Y'all, Umar is disgusting. He's doing this to scout. Thank you. He's looking for cookies to crush. He's scouting. Umar is trying to scout. He's not making the demand of the men that call in. It's only 2-3 men that called in so far that I can recall. Not one time did he ask the men to come on camera. I need to see your face, gentlemen. Hey, brother, I need to see your face. I need you to come on. Everybody that's coming on, that's calling up, I need to see their faces. So same thing I'm doing with the ladies, got to do with the gentlemen. He did not make that demand at all. He's only doing this with the women. Excellent observation. Yeah, he's only doing this with the women. He already boned someone's husband and excused himself. Yeah, he's not doing this with the gentlemen. All those men calling in, he's not having them show their face. Even if it's 2 or 3 of them. He hasn't forced them to show their face at all. He just said, all right, brother, what's going on with you? That's it. It's so crazy. He did not even force the men to show their face. But the women, I can't talk to them until you show your face. You're disgusting, Umar. You're a freaking pig. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Thank you, Manny. 1 in the chat if he made the men come on camera. 2 in the chat if he did not make the men come on camera. 1 if he did, 2 if he didn't. 3 men called. None of them. I didn't see how any of those men looked at all. And I wish he would have asked the young man that was talking about the custody matter. I sure wish he would have shown his face. Because I'm sitting here wondering, how does Umar not know if this guy is in jail? He probably violated that restraining order, was probably calling from jail. He don't know. He never made the kid come on camera either. But with the women, oh, you got to come on camera. I don't care. What's going on, Information Man Show? How you doing, honey? Y'all, shout out to Information Man Show. Shout out to Jay the Informant, to Danny's World, to Rim Rum TV. We got all the superstars up in here. How you doing, honey? Can I get one of the mods to drop the YouTube channel link for Information Man Show? We got a collab. Oh, my God. This week will actually be a pretty good week. It's going to be less congested with work for me. I don't know what your week is looking like, but this will be a great week for us to collab Information Man Show. I would love to come over there and hang out with you on your show. That would be awesome. Can you email me if you're free on Tuesday or even Wednesday? I would love to do that. That would be awesome. Man, that would be awesome. So let me know. You let me know, Information Man Show. Email me at LadyLuckClubLLC@yahoo.com and let me know if you're available this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we'll go from there. That would be fantastic. Shout out to Information Man Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Much love to you, honey. We got some 2s up in here. I meant wife, but he allegedly likes them LGBT. Exactly. I was about to say, no, you're right, because he hangs out in Hyde Park. Umar, we know you go to Hyde Park. What you doing in Brazil? How do we know he was hanging out with women in Brazil? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah. Because Umar, you're not fooling nobody. Manny said no. Rosetta said no. Redemption said no. So he never made the men get on camera. Just the women. His way out will be suing the city for racism and sabotage, looking for a big payout. The same way he tried to do with Wilmington. Yeah, no. Umar, you're done, son. Boy. You're done. You keep breaking the law, and you don't care whose life or safety or livelihood or healthcare treatment plan you're putting in danger, especially when it comes to these kids. And the parents are as equal to blame as Umar, because they're not even, this lady literally said her doctor tried to give her a referral. She could have simply called the damn doctor, just like she picked up the phone and called Umar, who's not a doctor. She could have called the doctor's office and said, I need this referral for my daughter. I'm concerned. And went from there. You can't make this up. Tavares said 2. Everybody, 1, 2, 1 for yes, 2 for no. New sticks, we've seen Umar's victims. He sleeps with anything. Exactly. Right. I will bring this up on Sunday, only the women. Exactly. Only the women. He only made the women get on camera. Not one of the men that called in this 3-hour, 27-minute total live stream he did. Because Danny's Words got it in 2 parts. So you combine the total time, it's like 3 hours, 27 minutes. And not one time did he ever force the men to come on camera. Just the women. Umar, no one owes you anything. He's looking for the next victim to sit out here. Shout out to Information Man Show. That's his YouTube channel. Link, you guys. Make sure you go check him out and support him. And hopefully we can get a collab in this week since Thanksgiving is coming up. But not one time did he ever say anything like this to the men. Not one time. And I really wanted to see the young man that was talking about the custody case. He had a whole protection order granted against him from a court. And Umar didn't even say, hey, I need you to turn your camera on. Not one time. Can't make this up. Thank you, and I'm well. I'm good. I'm free. Awesome. So if you want to on Tuesday, we could do Tuesday or we could do Wednesday. Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving. I'll be definitely getting off early. Wednesday will be even better. So you let me know. And then that will be, we'll have the Candy if she does a show. And then our evening will be Information Man Show and hanging out with him. So you let me know, honey. Y'all, you can't make this up. I forgot I'm not a mod. You're good. Tavares, would you like to be a mod? If you would like to be, let me know. I don't have a problem making you a mod. Thank you so much. Negligence. Exactly. Y'all, you can't make this up. Oh, it's all good, Francis. I know what you mean, honey. It's all good. But I mean, you can't make this up. This is what he makes the women come on camera while the men, they get to just talk about how he glossed over the protection order thing. He never questioned that young man about what he did for a judge to sign a protection order. Nope, none of that. Umar, why did a judge order you to supervise visitation again? Because that's not normal. Why were you ordered to supervise visitation? Even if you didn't get physical custody, you got parental time, why were you ordered to supervise visitation? Something has to go wrong in order for a judge to say you cannot even have visitation with your child without supervision. Do you understand how serious that is? Umar has been ordered to supervise visitation with his child. Why? But yet, he didn't ask this young man, why did the judge grant a protection order against him in favor of the mother? So crazy how that happens, huh? Hypocrisy is a hell of a word he can't define. Umar, you suck. Oh, man. In his mind, he's sizing them up. Exactly. Trying to see if they 5'5", thick in the thighs. He wants someone to take care of him while he still avoids the subject of getting a job. But he went to Brazil. And his Umar Tardy and cult followers see nothing wrong with that. They see nothing wrong with that. Yes, this week is good. Sounds good. I'm free on Wednesday. You can let me know. We can set it up for Wednesday. That would be awesome. All of this is so very sad. It is. It's illegal. It's crazy. Where's the mom? You can't make this up. Where is his mother? It's crazy. Let's get back to it.
A natural.
Black women are beautiful all the time.
Here I go.
Here you go, lady. Where you at in the world?
I'm in Minnesota.
Minnesota. What part of Minnesota?
I live in the southwest suburbs, Chaska.
Have you ever heard of Rochester, Minnesota?
Yes, I have.
How far are you from Rochester?
About an hour and a half.
I'm going to be speaking there.
Really?
The first day of Black History Month.
Oh my
Rochester, Minnesota. So all my Minnesota Africans, I'll be out there.
How will I? How can I get tickets? Or I'm definitely coming.
With me. Check in with me because I don't have the details yet. Check in with me January.
Okay.
I'll let you know. So,
I'm excited.
What's on your mind today?
I just wanted to say hello to you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I really appreciate just how you represent us, especially us Black women, because we definitely go through a lot, and I just really appreciate you for that.
Let me ask you this: what is the biggest challenge for Black women, in your opinion, in America today? What is the biggest 1, 2, or 3 challenges you think our sisters have in this country at this time?
Well, to me, I think the biggest challenge is that we don't have support from the men.
Okay.
Most of us have been single, raising our children on our own because the men are doing whatever, and that's one of the challenges. Another challenge is just I don't feel like we get enough respect even from white people because they're intimidated by us. Right now, I work at a school where there's all white children, and the children love me, but I can tell that the coworkers don't really respect me. They're younger. I'm working with teenage girls, and I'm 47 years old, and they act like they don't have to. I just can tell that they don't have respect for me as a
Why is she
woman, as
working
a
with
older Black
teenagers?
woman.
Are you a supervisor or a manager? How are you working in a job where it's mostly teenage girls? And then she said, you know, we don't get respect from white people. Is that all the Black people's problem? Is it? Since because you know that and we don't have male support. What is she saying? Let me explain something to you. And this is just a fact about me. I've said this before. I've been divorced since 2021. But my kid's father is in their life. So my kids have access to both parents. Is it always the way I want it? No. But they have a mother, they have a father. And I mean, he takes care of them. He makes sure they go to school. All this stuff. So I can't sit here and say I don't get support from men when it comes to my kids when their father actually helps to raise them and take care of them. So there could be some underlying issues with this. For her to just he's asking a very broad general question. He really doesn't want to look at her. You can tell. You know, it's like, look at his frowny face here. Look at this. Why is he looking like that? These are answers he's heard before. So why is he frowning? And then she didn't even have a question or anything. She just called to say hi. But he had to have her on camera. He wouldn't be stunned her if she paid him all the money. And now she's saying, I work on a job with teenage girls. Well, why? What type of job is this? You know, are you trying to make sure that you're co-parenting with the kid's father? Like, this is insane to me. I guess some parents just decide they're not going to be there. But I'm saying in situations where there's a chance to co-parent to ensure that the child has both parents in their lives, are you as a woman doing everything you can to ensure that? Are you ensuring that the child has access to their parent, able to spend time with their father, is able to actually aid in their rearing and upbringing, go to school, parent-teacher conferences, dance recitals, piano lessons, choir rehearsals, basketball, football practices? Is he there for all of that? Is he there to help with homework, help prep and make meals, help buy clothes and shoes and school supplies, help with projects, take them to doctor's appointments? Like that's that type of involvement. And what are you doing to ensure that? She's just giving out broad, random answers like this is so ridiculous. And am I the only one that feels this way? Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm thinking too hard about this. Because he asked her a very broad question, and this is what? What was he expecting out of this? Co-parenting is key here. And honestly, I work in a job in a department where it's more majority Black people. Yes, they sometimes get on my nerve. And no, I'm not always big on working for a Black woman because some of them have been very trifling. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to sit here and say, you know, well, that comes down to the white man holding me down. Like, I don't understand your response, lady. I'm just curious to know what type of job did she land where she's working with a bunch of, sounds like either young or even, she said, teenage white girls. What kind of job is that? Maybe you have to get a little education and some training and then go apply for jobs that, you know, hopefully challenge you. Maybe go apply for jobs where you can get some experience and become a manager or a director. I mean, what is the conversation here?
I don't know what that is. It's just how the world has been set up for us.
Let me ask you a question. And I'll go back to the black male female
you can't make this up.
Brothers will argue, and rightfully so in some situations, but not all, that when they try to take the responsibility from the woman,
I'm just from that.
help
Assume
ease your burden,
Yeah,
even with children that are not biologically their own.
Now, let me go back.
and that's one of the challenges.
Because maybe I missed something in this.
What is the biggest
Oh,
1, 2, or 3 challenges you think our sisters have in this country at this time?
Well, right. To me, I think the biggest challenge is that we don't have support from the men.
Okay.
Most of us are have been single, raising our children on our own because the men are doing whatever, and that's one of the challenges. Another challenge is just I don't feel like we get enough respect even from white people because they're intimidated by us. Right now, I work at a school where there's all white children, and the children love me, but I can tell that the coworkers don't really respect me.
Mm-hmm.
They're younger. I'm working with teenage girls, and I'm 47 years old, and they act like they don't have to. I just can tell that they don't have respect for me as a woman, as a older black woman. I don't know what that is. It's just how the world has been set up for us.
Let me ask you a question. And I'll go back to the black male female relationship situation. Brothers will argue, and rightfully so in some situations, but not all, that when they try to take the responsibility from the woman, to help ease your burden, even with children that are not biologically their own, black women, because they're so used to being in charge, so used to being in control, so used to having the final say, that they chase men away by not willing to power share in the relationship. What is your opinion?
Well, my experience is different.
Wrong.
Because
no, sir. No, you idiot. No. You're generalizing this to all black women because you couldn't do what the hell you wanted to do with your children's mothers. And you failed to actually date the right way, meet a woman, actually marry her, and then procreate. And you want a woman to just pacify you and take care of your grown ass, Umar. That's what you want. And he wants 2 wives. Not just 1 wife. He wants 2. 2 wives. He wants to practice polygamy. And he thinks that he's supposed to get a good woman at this rate. What type of woman do you think he's going to get when he doesn't want to get a job? He doesn't have his own place. He doesn't have a car. Probably has horrible jacked up credit. He can't even get a loan to save his life. He can't even prove that he owns a building because he doesn't. And until I see a deed that says otherwise, I go based on what's in documentation. So he's talking about a power struggle. No woman is going to allow you to try to sit here and run her household when you can't even go and get a job and earn income, Umar. When you have to be ordered by a court to only have supervised visitations, and then you chose not to be in your other daughters' lives. You chose not to help raise them. You didn't fight hard enough to try to be in their lives and to be a supportive father. You wanted to go on tours to become a public figure. You thought this would help you become rich and wealthy. And it didn't, because people start realizing, Umar, you're full of shit. So now they don't even trust the fact that you farting in the room and say you're not. You Oopa Loopa. You live with your mother and you won't even show proof of life. You don't even respect your mother enough to allow her to see her other children and her grandchildren. Family reaching out to you, your nephews doing interviews with Lennon Honor because he wants to see his grandmother. And where are you at when that's happening? As opposed to you saying, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and let my nephew and my siblings and the grandchildren come and see her as often as they want. I just only ask for some sort of courtesy if I'm there. Give me a heads up. Let me know you're on the way. Because otherwise, I can't stop them. That's not my house. your name is not on the rental agreement. If she's on Section 8, Umar, your name's not on that lease agreement. This is all the things he does to isolate his mother to the point where people are wondering if she's alive. And he thinks he's going to be able to run another household. Umar, if you don't kick rocks and go to hell, are you kidding?
A man that didn't step up. So I don't know how that would feel. Because me, myself, in a relationship, I'll try to, let a man lead. I tried to let him lead, but I had nobody. I took care of my 4 daughters by myself. He ran the streets, messing around with other women, never kept a job. I still respected him and tried to let him be, but I had to work. So I ended up leaving, moving to Minnesota because I'm from Iowa. And I took care of my daughters. That's my son's foot right there. He's autistic, but he's very intelligent and smart. But one of my daughters actually passed away in 2024.
Sorry to hear. My condolences.
Thank you. She got murdered. She was 19.
Don't say by a black man.
By a black boy. She went to
How old was she?
She was 19.
Okay.
Her and her sister went up to Illinois to visit their friends, which were males. The day that they were going to leave to come back, they stopped at a park, and this young boy came in and started shooting, and my daughter got shot in her chest.
Oh my God.
She did not return home.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that.
And their dad never was in their life.
I'm going to tell you this. Sounds like the mother needs some counseling. And she's not talking to somebody that's equipped to even hear this. He won't even let her talk. Like, she sounds like she needs some counseling. The mother needs to get counseling. She needs help herself. She lost a child. This is crazy. The mother needs counseling. The nephew, he was interesting. He went on there talking about, oh, yeah, we're related to Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey and all. It's like, wait, no, you're not. That's already been debunked. And these people are ready to sue you all over it. It's like he didn't do any research behind that at all. And he was like, well, I just want to see my grandmother. He doesn't care about any of the actual illegal nonsense that Umar is doing, or the fact that Umar is literally hiding and shielding this woman from her family. So if he's wanting to just see his grandmother, it's like, well, you got to understand all the other illegal things he's doing. You can have that reported so that you can see your grandmother, because Umar would then be removed from the situation. So many avenues that the family can take here. They got to be bold enough to do it. They got to be bold enough to do it. They got to be bold enough to come together and just do what needs to be done. Nephew it's like he didn't even know that Frederick Douglass family is sitting out here saying, stop saying that you guys are genetically related to us. No, you're not. I mean, very interesting indeed. But it sounds like this lady needs some counseling. Umar's just a baby maker. Exactly. That's all he do is procreate, and not from Umar. Exactly. No, she needs to go to a psychiatrist and get counseling. She's got an autistic kid. She needs some help. It sounds like she's grieving the loss of her kid, which is something you do not get over. I'm going to tell you all right now. I never want to know how that feels. I do not ever want to know what it's like to lose a child. I can't tell you what I would do or how I would react, and I never want to find out. I don't wish that on anyone. So now hearing this come from her and him asking the questions he's asking her, you understand the reason why she's probably framing the things she's framing it. But yet again, it wasn't a white person that took her child's life. It was a young black boy. It wasn't a white girl. It wasn't some colleague at her job. So this is where he should have been telling her, all right, I'm going to stop you right there so you don't put too much of your business out there, and recommend you definitely go and schedule some appointments with a psychiatrist, because you definitely need to be talking to someone that is licensed and certified that can give you treatment and even recommend medication if you need it. That's where this should have ended. This is how stupid Umar is. Unbelievable.
He just always made ultimatums to.
I'm gonna go back a
I
little
actually
bit.
had yes,
To help ease your burden,
yeah,
even with children that are not biologically their own.
hmm
Black women, because they're so used to being in charge, so used to being in control, so used to having the final say, that they chase men away by not willing to power share in a relationship. What is your opinion?
Well, my experience is different because I actually had a man that didn't step up. So I don't know how that would feel. Because me myself in a relationship, I'll try to, let a man lead. I tried to let him lead, but I had nobody. I took care of my 4 daughters by myself. He ran the streets, messing around with other women, never kept a job. I still respected him and tried to let him be, but I had to work. So I ended up leaving, moving to Minnesota because I'm from Iowa, and I took care of my daughters. That's my son's foot right there. He's autistic,
Okay.
but he's very intelligent and smart. But one of my daughters actually passed away in 2024.
Sorry to hear. My condolences.
Thank you. She got murdered. She was 19.
Don't say by a black man.
By a black boy. She went to
How old
Chicago.
was
She was 19.
Okay.
Her and her sister went up to Illinois to visit their friends, which were males. The day that they were going to leave to come back, they stopped at a park, and this young boy came in and started shooting, and my daughter got shot in her chest.
Oh my God.
She did not return home.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm
and
so sorry.
And their dad never was in their life. He just always made ultimatums to come visit them in Minnesota. If I come there, I gotta stay there with y'all, or you gotta come get me and things like that. And I would just be like, it's not my responsibility. I'm already trying to take care of them by myself. Well, when they got older, they started talking to him on the phone on their own because they could, and that was fine. But he still never did anything for them financially or whatever, and he would have money, but he just refused. I don't know, I guess because I didn't want to be with him or something like that. But anyways, I'm frustrated, but I'm over it now. But I was frustrated because he wants to now be all on TV and on Facebook Live talking about my daughter, and it's like, you didn't even have a hand in raising her.
Right.
You don't even know her. But I know that's not anything for me to prove, and it's not even, right for me to even feel some type of way. So I prayed about that, and I'm done with that situation. But right now, I'm just trying to continue on.
I got you.
I'm sad,
But I know you're still going through the grieving process, though. You know, that was, that grieving process. You can go backwards and forwards from the shock, to the denial,
exactly,
to the
guilt,
bargaining, to the acceptance. So be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. You have my number, Queen. So if you ever need to talk, you say, Doc, I just need a moment. I'll ring you up. I got you.
How do I contact you?
Let me give you my number.
Okay.
And this is for anyone out there who need to reach me. I'm gonna give it to you 3 times. It's 215-989-9858. So that's 215-989-9858. In fact, let me type it in here for folks.
Okay.
215-989-9858. And I need to put my email, which is Prince of Pan-Africanism, and we spell Africa with a K. Prince of Pan-Africanism, all one word, no spaces or underscores.
So
at Yahoo.
Instead of him telling her, let me get you some resources, here's a list of psychiatrists that you need to see, because I'm not a psychiatrist. Nor do I have a license or a certificate to tell you anything. He's sitting here telling her to call him back. He can't do grief counseling. Let's say we want to entertain his specialty in this. It's child psychology. And the only way he can claim that is if he is employed or contracted with a school. A verified school according to the Department of Education. He still would not be able to give grief counseling, even if he were certified. It would have to be based on his field of child psychology, be based on whether he is employed or contracted with a school for the purposes of treating that child. What he is doing would still be a violation of law based on the certification itself. She needs to go to a psychologist or psychiatrist. She lost her daughter to gun violence just last year. And of course, it's going to affect her. The father is out there who didn't help raise her online, making it seem like, he could be hurting. But I mean, be honest, he wasn't, if he wasn't a part of her life, whatever she defines it to be, if he wasn't in her life, if he didn't help raise the daughter or anything like that, yeah, no, it would be an insult to see the other parent out here carrying on as if they were the world's greatest dad. Does that sound familiar, Umar? And he's sitting here trying to give advice and counsel people on their own children when we all know he didn't help raise his own. Umar's a deadbeat, and he tries to justify and excuse it. There's no justification or excuse as to why you chose to be a deadbeat father, Umar. None. That's what's so disgusting about this. And she's sitting here vulnerable. She lost her child to gun violence. She just happened to be in the room. Wrong place, wrong time scenario. And this idiot is telling her, if you need to talk, you're still going through the grief stages, just call me. No. I'm going to need you to go to a psychiatrist. Because all this did was put her business out there. And for what? This is crazy. Oh, man. The humble one said Umar is a deadbeat lady. Why are you seeking advice from him? Exactly. Asia, what's going on? Shout out to you. He's trying to add her to his list of conquests. He should be able to give her resources in her area. Exactly. He could have easily looked up. He's demanding that they give him their city or state where they're located. Okay, we'll put that to good use. Why don't you research where she is and refer her, like give her some resources on the nearest, mental health hospital, psychiatrist, psychologist in her area that can help her with grief counseling in particular, especially being a parent that lost a child. It's something you never get over, but it's something that you're going to definitely need counseling to help you get through. I find it disturbing when people go through certain life events like that and they don't think they need counseling. What do you mean? Everybody needs help. Everybody needs counseling. You have people that don't take it well when they get fired from a job. They need counseling. Some level of therapy to kind of help soothe the emotions and the feelings that they have. And he didn't recommend anything. But he knows exactly what state she's in. She's telling him where she's moved to and from. This is crazy. You can't make this stuff up, man. This is so sad. Yeah, exactly. It's very evil. Isolating your mother. He's sitting up here isolating his own mother from the rest of his siblings and from the grandchildren. This lady is pouring her heart out about how she lost a daughter. What the hell is Umar going to advise her on when he's got his mother cooped up in the house and won't let her see the rest of her children and her grandchildren? Umar, you are walking hypocrisy on steroids. You Oompa Loompa. Disgusting. He has no consciousness of anything. He's definitely trying to find his next prey. Those so dark with Jermaine should make. Exactly. All he is trying to do, Mr. Evolution, what's going on with you? All he is trying to do is get the cookies. Exactly. He's just scouting for his next female that'll let him do whatever he wants and take care of him. He's looking for stability and financial security, not a job or anything. You can't make this stuff up. None. All right, let's get back to it.
Oops, Gmail. Prince of Pan-Africanism at gmail.com.
Exactly.
Let me close those gaps.
His dissertation is proof he's an idiot.
And let me select all.
Exactly, Mr.
Copy,
Evolution.
send, and let me post it again.
You can't make
and
this
one
up.
more time for the people. All right. So there we go. Stay in touch with me, Queen, and stay positive. You got my number, and reach back out in January so I can hit you with the Rochester, Minnesota info.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, that's okay.
Phone number again?
I said, make sure you reach out to me in January for that Rochester, Minnesota event information. She broke up again. God bless you, Queen. God bless you. Our sisters are going through a lot, brothers. We got to step up. Our sisters are going through a lot. We got to step up. Let me see. Tapping in. Where my queen at? Going once. I just tapped in on the queen. Going twice. Where you at, Queen? Where you at? I just tapped in on the queen. Private O. Why private O? Where you at, princess? You coming in? You coming in? I don't think she's coming in. I don't think she's coming in. So let me cancel her. Okay. Who tapping in? Let's see. Who tapping in?
That's what I mean.
Sweet J going once. Sweet J.
So were they calling in? Or was he calling them? I thought he was calling them. Yes, he is looking for audience members. So I'm assuming he's just doing something similar to what I do when I drop the link and people come up. And he's trying to see if they're in the background. I don't know. I don't have Instagram Live. Like I have Instagram, but I've never done an Instagram Live, so I don't really know how that platform works. But he's tapping people and they don't have their camera on. But you don't hear him sitting here saying that the dude need to turn on the camera. This is so weird. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, let's get back to it.
Going twice. Sweet J going 3 times. Where's Sweet J at? Is Sweet J coming to the scene? Sweet J, you coming in? I don't think Sweet J coming. Let me cancel Sweet J. Who we got next? Who we got next?
I know, right? He's so special.
Her Way 27 going once. Her Way 27 going twice.
Hello.
Hey, beautiful. Where you joining in from, Michael?
Connecticut.
What part of Connecticut?
Fairfield, Connecticut.
Fairfield is closest to what major city? Is that Hartford or another city? Where you at? Bridgeport, Hamden? Where you
Google it, you idiot.
Not far from Bridgeport, though.
Not far from Bridgeport. I got you, my beautiful queen. Okay. What's on your mind today?
Okay, so I've been on TikTok, just browsing through a few lives and having a few arguments because I feel that Black Americans are not being seen in a political stance. Like we have skin folk in office, but they're not Black Americans, but they're speaking on our issues as if they are our voice and how that is wrong. And when I speak something about it, everybody's having a problem with it. Like it's a major issue for us because you don't have the Black experience.
My perspective, and I like to get your insight on my perspective. Because I'm a Pan-Africanist, I come from a different angle. So I see all African people as family, no matter where they come from, right? With that being said, yes, one race. With that being said, I see nothing wrong with each branch of the family handling their own private business as long as it doesn't take away from the collective unity of the entire family. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have a grandmom who had 10 kids, right? Each child has their own family. They got their own children. They got their own grandchildren. And there's a time and a place for each child to be with their own children, handle their own issues in their own house, right? So what goes on in my brother's house is my brother's business. It is not my business. What goes on in my sister's house is my sister's business. It's not my business unless they come to me and ask me to get involved. But at the same time, they still my family. We not enemies. I don't have to disassociate from them. I don't have to demonize them. I don't have to weaponize my experience against them. We still one family. My issue with some American Africans, because I do not use the word Black American at all. I am an African. I am an African in America, American African. That's me. So for us who are the descendants of the Africans who built this country, who have a unique history.
First of all, let's go back to him saying that he does not get involved in family affairs unless they ask him to. Then why are you restricting your mother from seeing her other children and grandchildren, you doofus Oompa Loompa? Umar, you are a walking hypocrisy. You are a ball of lies that needs to be showered with soap and water. You are cow manure. You are dookie shit. You are an entire void upon our planet. You're literally sitting here trying to make it seem like you care about family when you don't. I don't get involved in my sister's or my brother's business. What goes on in their house goes on in their house. I don't have to disassociate myself from them. Look at this is what he's saying here. Y'all see this the caption below? See, when it comes to him and Candace Owens, I gotta put up the captions because sometimes I'm taken aback at how bad they're willing to lie, or how bold or boisterous their lies are. I don't have to disassociate from them. Did he say they're not my enemies?
Has their own family. They got their own children. They got their own grandchildren. And there's a time and a place for each child to be with their own children, handle their own issues in their own house, right? So what goes on in my brother's house is my brother's business. It is not my business. What goes on in my sister's house is my sister's business. It's not my business unless they come to me and ask me to get involved. But at the same time, they still my family. We not enemies. I don't have.
They still my family. We not enemies. Why the hell is your mother able to see her children and her grandchildren then? You dumb demon. Why isn't she able to see her own kids? You can't make this up. He's literally saying they're not my enemies. They're still my family. We not enemies. I don't disassociate myself from them. That's what he was about to say next. You stupid Oompa Loompa. Then why aren't you allowing your mother to see her other children and her grandchildren? Why is your nephew having to do an interview on YouTube to get your attention so that he can see his grandmother? Why are you getting upset because the sister is wanting wellness checks to be done? Why not just let them go and see her? Why are you even restricting your mother from being around anyone else for that matter? You can't prove that they're posing some threat or danger to her life. So if you can't prove that, then what do you think the court will say when you're asked about why did you willfully and intentionally keep your mother from seeing her other family? What type of threat or danger did they pose upon her? He won't be able to answer that question. He's going to try to do word salad, and then the judge is going to get mad. And then the judge is going to scold him in court, and then tell him to shut up. And if you don't, then the judge is going to hold him in contempt. And I wish to God that would happen tomorrow. You can't make this stuff up. This hypocritical oomph is sitting here saying, they still my family. We not enemies. You can't make this. Listen, I'm about to snip this. Y'all hold on a second. Because he and Candace, they lie like hell. He is lying. Umar, you are lying. You are a liar. Liar. And a scammer, but you're a liar. You are a whole lie. They're my family. We're not enemies. What do you mean? What you're doing is harboring her away from them, and you're keeping her away from her family. No one cares if you're an enemy or a friend or none of that. No one cares. I got to do it again. Hold on a second. Because I just, this is the stuff that, you can't make this stuff up. He's so hypocritical. What an absolute hypocrite. But yet, his siblings were disowned by him out of vindication. He falsely accused them of not being involved in helping to take care of the mother. Never mind the fact that he never even gave his family members or her other children an option or a choice to even help be involved. He literally turned away her mother, his grandmother, from seeing her child. And that woman died without seeing her own daughter. When people do wellness checks, he lies about her not even being there. You have the neighbors saying they haven't seen a woman leave that house in months. Months. I'm discerning that she's not even alive. That's just my discernment. And he sits here and he keeps her from seeing and talking to her other family, to her other children, to her siblings, to her own grandchildren, some of which are grown adults and have the right to see her. And he says this bullshit right here. You can't make this up. Let me just play.
To disassociate from them. I don't have to demonize them. I don't have to weaponize my experience against them. We still
lies, lies, and lies. I don't have to weaponize my experience against them. I don't have to demonize them. That's all you're doing. That is all you're doing. I don't have to disassociate from them. But that's exactly what he did. That's what you did, Umar. You disassociated your mother from her other children, from her grandchildren. You kicked your niece out the house because of a hamburger. And she has not been able to see her grandmother since then. He's a piece of shit liar.
I don't have to demonize them. I don't have to weaponize my experience against
you
them.
Can't make
we
this
still
up.
One family. My issue with some American Africans, because I do not use the word Black American at all. I am an African. I am an African in America, American African. That's me. So for us who are the descendants,
what's going on, Star Intuition,
who built this country, who have a unique history in America, a unique situation,
exactly.
I see no problem with us saying, hey, we got some issues that our African immigrant brothers and sisters cannot represent us on because they haven't walked in our shoes in this country these past 400 years, right?
Yes.
I don't have a problem with that. I do not have a problem with that. When you say that there are African immigrants in public office, okay, who are speaking for the American African, I don't have a problem with that if they're speaking for me appropriately. But in addition to that, we should also have American Africans who know the struggle speaking for us. So I agree with you.
It doesn't seem to be, they don't seem to be the ones that get in those positions.
Let me finish this point, and I'm coming right to you so you can speak.
Okay.
If you say, Dr. Umar, I need more American Africans represent me in a political theater, I'm with you, right? American, I'm with you. But I'm also going to tell you, don't demonize the African immigrants who are there. The problem is not that they're there. The problem is we don't have more American Africans speaking up. You see what I'm saying? In other words, I'm not going to demonize an immigrant African for winning a political office, okay? As long as they're not working against me. Now, if they're working against me, I'm going to identify and I'm going to isolate them. You understand me? Even though I'm a Pan-Africanist, I expect every branch of the African family to support every other branch. So if one of my Nigerian African brothers come to America and starts acting like a coon, I'm going to publicly identify and I'm going to isolate. If I catch you, my sister, demonizing and disrespecting immigrant Africans, I'm going to identify you and isolate you as a coon. So the rules do not differ for me. Respect everybody's right to represent themselves. That's what you're saying. I want American Africans to represent American Africans. I agree with you. I have no issue with that. But then if you turn around and say the immigrants are my enemies, that's where I have to draw the line with you, because the immigrant Africans are not my enemies. They are only 3% of all Black people in this country. They are the lowest immigrant pool, one of the lowest immigrant pools in this country. Most of what we built is not being taken by African immigrants. It's being taken by Latinos, feminists, LGBTQs, and ethnic white minority groups who we never talk about. So my thing is, let's not unfairly dump on the African immigrant population when you got all these other immigrant groups who have stolen and siphoned off of Black people, and we say nothing at all. I ain't heard nobody talk about how the LGBT have siphoned off of the Black struggle. I don't hear nobody talking about how anti-Black Latinos, not the African Latinos who identify with us, but the anti-African Latinos, nobody talks about how they have siphoned off of the Black movement as well. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are with all people who have immigrated here and are not for the benefit of Black Americans who are here. I'm not narrowing it down just to Africans.
Okay.
I'm just, to me, I haven't seen where it has benefited the Black community personally.
Okay, I got you. And
I lived here for over 40 years, so that's my observation.
There's one more thing I want to give to you, though. I want to make sure that the American African family, which I am a part, we need to make sure, my queen, that we are not always operating from victim consciousness or deficit perspective. I'm going to explain what I mean by that. I think sometimes we can operate from victim consciousness and deficit perspective too much. I want to give you an example. We are a $2 trillion economy, right? We spend $2 billion on Air Jordans a year. We spend $4 billion on liquor a
Hey,
year.
Mobius.
Black women spend nearly $30 billion, mostly black women, black men in there too. But
okay, he's sitting here because he's jealous that he doesn't have $1 million to his name. Mobius said, I never liked that dude. Always looked slimy to me. And the more I see, I can't understand how people can even talk to that snake. Exactly. Me either. And he's an absolute hypocrite. And Shara has asked a very interesting question here. Isn't asking for donations about a situation that is a lie on the internet wire fraud? All right, so let's look at what wire fraud is, right? Because from there, based on what I'm reading, there could be a very good case presented for wire fraud. Now, wire fraud is a federal crime involving schemes to defraud using electronic communications carrying severe penalties, including imprisonment and fines. Let me make sure I pull this out so people can see. Okay. Let me go back to it. All right. So, wire fraud is defined as use of electronic communications such as phone calls, emails, or the internet to execute a fraudulent scheme. So the fraudulent scheme has to be defined. Now, I think it's definitely a fraudulent scheme with FDMG. Reason being is because not only has he, purported himself and misled the public to believe that he's opening up some level of a school and that he's the CEO or president when he's not, that he is the owner of the buildings when he's not, that he purchased the buildings when he didn't, and when he has these contribution packages on his website that are tier packages that has the characteristics of a pyramid scheme. Plus, look at how long he's been doing this. Just in the city of Wilmington alone, it's been almost 7 years. And he has misled the public to believe that these schools were opening when he had no intentions, according to him, in the interview he did with Father Baba Yaga, Father Christmas time, had no intentions on opening both schools, only the smaller school, see how things go, and then go from there. So he misled the public on that. He has not provided any expense reports, receipts, or invoices for vendors to show how the money is being spent, how the contributions and the donor dollars are being utilized to open the school, which is what he himself has said that he was going to do with money donated. He was going to open a school. He has not done that. And he has mostly advocated for the raising of money, the donations and the gifts and the cash apps and all this stuff online. So once the fraudulent scheme is established, then the element of wire fraud is a definite possibility, a plausible possibility that could be tried in court, where let's say it came, as a criminal charge, not necessarily someone suing him for being defrauded, right? Let's say it came as a criminal charge to where the burden is proven beyond a reasonable doubt. I don't think it will be difficult for the prosecution to meet their burden here. Because the lack of evidence, the fact that he has no definitive documentation or proof to show that he was actually opening a school or he's making a concerted effort to do that, because they're going to be able to get, all of the donations contributed to him through Cash App, through PayPal, and they'll just go to PayPal and Cash App and subpoena them to get all of those transactions. So whatever he thinks he doesn't have, they'll just subpoena PayPal, the company. Hey, we need all of these transactions that went to these accounts related to Umar Johnson. And once they see how much money he actually raised and garnered, because we can't trust the tax forms because he didn't always put down the accurate number. He has no receipts to back that up or no information to support it. No expense report. He doesn't even have a financial reporting system. So they would be able to actually subpoena that information from all those platforms where he collected money. They will be able to subpoena any banks for bank statements and transactions, to see transfer activity, all of that. I don't think it will be hard for them to prove that he committed wire fraud. And that's just based on my research and based on what I know wire fraud and bank fraud to be defined to be, a pyramid scheme to be defined to be, and the fact that he's still purporting himself to be some owner or builder or CEO of a school. He can't even show proof that his name is on the FDMG LLC registration. He can't even show proof that he's the registered agent or the principal officer. You see what I'm saying? So when you put all of that in consideration, and these are facts, these are things that can be corroborated with documentation, they would have a very good chance of proving it. So you have the federal offense under 18 U.S. Code Statute 1343, which criminalizes the transmission of false information across state lines or intentionally with the intent to defraud. The financial portion itself doesn't even have to be factored into wire fraud. It's just the fact that he's providing false information in furtherance of a fraudulent scheme. Collecting the money is like an additional fraud charge, because now he's raising money, to as a byproduct of him perpetuating the scheme. He's asking for people to finance this fraudulent scheme, no different than a pyramid scheme or any other scam. But you don't even have to raise money to be charged with wire fraud. It's simply the fact that you're disseminating out, information, false information, with the intent to defraud. So every time he gets on saying, we're opening up the school, we're working hard in the school, we're making sure everything's done, we got vendors in here, we got all this, and he can't prove any of that. He's disseminating out this information, this false information, to perpetuate this scheme or this pyramid scheme that is FDMG. So they could just get him on that alone, whether he collects any money for it or not. But because, of course, he's an idiot and he has to make a profit on his lies. Yes. So you got the key elements to wire fraud, which is the scheme to defraud. The defendant must have devised or participated in a scheme to defraud another party out of money or property. There you go. Intent to defraud. The defendant must have acted with the intent or to deceive or defraud. He does it every time he opens his mouth. He knows damn well he's not opening a school. Use of interstate wire communications. The scheme must involve the use of wire communications that cross state lines or international borders. So anytime you're on, YouTube, you're on the internet in general, you can't say that that is pinpointed to a location when the transmission and broadcast of, like this video we're watching, is going to go beyond a certain state or certain jurisdiction or district. My YouTube video is going to be seen internationally because of the platform that is being broadcast and transmitted through. YouTube is global. So the reach of the content, the information that's being transmitted is going to be global. So for that would also make it under the jurisdiction of a federal agency. Isn't that wonderful? Umar, you're an idiot. So material deception. The communications must contain material falsehoods that are integral to the fraudulent scheme. So basically saying, I built a school that you can't prove you built or that you purchased or that you even purchased the buildings. Your name's not listed as registered agent or principal officer on the LLC. You did not purchase the buildings at all because K-12 management did. You have no proof that you're even paying towards the cost of these buildings or that you paid on a judgment related to these buildings or paid the water bill in relation to these buildings. He has no connection or ties. His name is not on the water bill or the light bill. When it comes to the vacant property registration fees, his name's not on that information. So how does he even prove that he built or opened anything when his name is not on any other documentation? His name's not on the deed at all. That would be material to a case if you're talking about you claiming that you're opening and building schools, or that you're the owner or the president of a school, you would have to show proof of that. Why mislead the public 6.5, 7 years on this? So, of course, penalties for wire fraud. Wire fraud is punishable up to 20 years in prison and fines of up to $250,000 for individuals. And then you can catch another charge if you defraud the elderly. So, based on the age, I think it has to be like 65 or 68, something like that, and a minimum of $50,000. You could face a separate charge of defrauding the elderly. That wouldn't be combined into this wire fraud charge. That would be a separate fraud charge. If you defraud if the persons you're defrauding are over 65 or 68, whatever the federal law states on that for the age requirement, and is over $50,000 minimum, that's a totally separate federal charge right there. And I mean, it wouldn't be hard to believe that he's defrauding the elderly, because he defrauds everybody. So just as little information on it. So I hope that answers some of your question. I think that, if it came down to it, a prosecutor, if they did an investigation, let's say the FBI moves in and they want to have him indicted. So the prosecutor takes the charges to the court. They have a grand jury to see the evidence and to indict him on the charges. And then they go from there with a formal hearing and, go out. Then they go find his ass and have him collected. I don't think that the government would have a hard time proving wire fraud against Umar Johnson. I think it would be easy for them to do. He's going to go and lie. I'm sure his defense will be, well, my name's not on anything. Well, that's the problem. You purported yourself to be the owner, the executor, the builder, blah, blah, blah. And you can't prove any of that. So as long as they present a good case and they make sure that the charges have evidence to fit the charge itself, and that whatever defense he comes with is laughable to the jury and the judge, yeah, they would have a very good case for that. Very good case for wire fraud. All right, let's get back to it. Hope y'all learned something.
But mostly Black women, $30 billion on the beauty industry, from the products to the services to the shampoo, the oil, the lotion, the shea butter, blah, 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 blah. Let me ask you a question. If we were in a position of power in this country, power, let's say we owned some Black Wall Streets. Let's say we owned our own beauty supply. Let's say we had our own. Stay with me. You're right. And we still got a few small ones. Let's say we had our own hospitals. Let's say we had our own neighborhoods. Let's say we could put our own children to work.
Yeah, they would factor that in.
We have our own manufacturing. We have our own security. We have our own.
Because more than likely, he's got a connection to her account, and he's probably transferring money from that account. And he's doing it without her permission as well. Now, he could try to say, well, this is to help provide for her because I'm her main caretaker. But, he doesn't even have proof that he lives in that home. And they'll be able to show how he's out here traveling and doing any and everything but taking care of the mother. How the family can't even see her. And they've been fighting, trying to get access to her. And then he would have to prove that the money he took from her is used for her care. So, that would not be something he would be able to prove because, once again, he doesn't keep receipts. And they would have to subpoena the bank or credit card companies, whatever he's using, to make purchases or pay bills or whatever. She's on Section 8. So more than likely, she doesn't even have rent. Considering her health conditions, she probably doesn't even have a full rent that she has to pay. But he definitely should not be there living there. He's 51 years old. He can get his own place. I just don't like I said, why would you want to keep the rest of the family away from her? What he's doing is so evil and vile. It's so evil. But yes, they can see whatever account she has that he's connected to, see the transfers, and then go from there to see how that money is being spent. So he trans out $300, and then they see 10 transactions to equal that $300, and it's on, Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kreme and Cinnabons. Obviously, that's not for the mother. And it comes up to that 300. Pizza Hut and wings and milkshakes and all this crap. Yeah, no, none of this is for the care of your mother. So yes, they can easily add that to the list to say that he's been siphoning money from his mother's accounts, transferring them over to his account to spend on himself. He's not even using the money to care for the mother. Yep, that can be added on depending on what they're able to prove with the evidence and to see what he's doing with the actual accounts and with the transactions. Absolutely.
Distribution. We are electing our own officials who we finance and control, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's assume that was the reality for a minute. Do you think African immigrants would be
with 200
acting differently towards us if we were in a position of power?
My stance is not
no. Stay with my question. No, stay with my question. If we were operating from a position of power, Africans who come to America from the Caribbean, from the UK, from Canada, from the continent, from South America to Central America, from the South Pacific, from Australia. If we were in a position of power in America, like the Chinese are, like the Jews are, like the Arabs are, like the East Indians are, like the Anglo-Saxons are, if we were in a position of power, my queen, hypothetical question, if we were in a position of power, do you think African immigrants from around the world would treat us differently? Yes or no?
I would say yes, because when they get here, they stay to themselves. They don't really like try to come together and be with us. They separate themselves.
I want you to.
Yes.
What's he over talking? What is he talking about?
They do it now.
Let me ask you a question. If you were an African,
this is a crazy conversation.
To Australia, or you went to London, or you went to Canada from the United States, you are an American African immigrant into another country, and you saw when you got there the black people there had no power, control no industries, senselessly waste their wealth with the same white people who they want reparations from. Do you think you would be eager to become a part of them? Yes or no?
Yeah, because I'm going to be with my people. That's just who I am.
Okay, so you're saying you're going to ride out regardless. I'm
going to be with my people.
That's how
I try to change how they think.
Do you think most American Africans would do that?
The ones I'm around, I can't speak for everybody else.
I don't think you're being honest when you say that. I don't think no group of any people, not just blacks, I don't see no group of any race going to a completely different continent, seeing their people there.
Exactly.
In a
what are they talking about?
Unempowered position and be in a rush to identify and help them. Nobody does that. Generally, nobody does that. The reason I'm bringing this up, Queen, is in my opinion, and we can agree to disagree, but in my opinion, our issue is not how the African immigrants treat us. Our issue is how we treat ourselves. And our issue is we have allowed ourselves to remain at the bottom when we clearly have the ability.
See, what you're saying right there is wrong, because that's the mindset they have, that all Black Americans don't have anything. That's the wrong mindset.
Listen to me. If we are trying to empower ourselves.
He's been over talking this whole time. So first of all, Umar's an idiot. He's either dogging out Black communities or, he's trying to leech off of it. So he'll say something to get people, somewhat riled up, and then say, hit up my PayPal, hit up my Cash App. Like he's some old snakes oil salesman type preacher, televangelist type of thing. But he's sitting here talking about, we dog out each other and, we down ourselves. No. What's happening with you, Umar, is that people are just tired of you scamming them and lying to them about opening a school, knowing damn well you're not going to do that. That's what people are tired of. This has nothing to do with, we just don't look out for each other. Because you have a lot of Black people that have given you money. He's saying this as if Black people in Black communities have not given him money and are not still trying to give him money. But people aren't going to allow you to just scam them and take care of you and feed your ass and take care of your livelihood. We're not here for that. You think people work hard, Umar, just so you can sit here and mention school every 2 or 3 days and they supposed to still keep giving you money like they did 6, 7.5, 8 years ago? No. At some point, once you have proven that you're incompetent and you're unable to deliver the product or the service you said you were going to do 6.5 to 7 years ago, people said, F this, I'm not giving him any more money. He's not trying to do anything with a school. And then when I play a video where you had an interview with Father Baba Yaga, and you told him flat out there was never any intention on opening both schools. It was always going to be the smaller school first, see how that goes, And then we open the second scoop. That came out of his mouth. And you still have these Umar Tardians that are too stupid to actually believe what he says for once, where he said it himself. They believe any and everything else he says. But when it comes to that, nope. They don't believe that one. Because they don't want to feel stupid about this. As if they're the only ones that feel bad about giving him money. It's happened. The best thing you can hope for is to stop this whole nonsense of him still leeching off of Black communities. He's mad at the Black community because they're not still funding his lifestyle when no one owes him shit to begin with. You have to excuse my language. No one owes him that money to begin with. So, it's insane for him to think that he's supposed to just carry on with the same old nonsense for another 7 or 8 years. No, get a job or find you something else to do, Umar. But don't expect the Black community to keep taking care of you. Don't nobody owe you a damn thing, boy. No one owes you anything, Umar. Kick rocks. You can collectively kiss all of our asses together. How about that? Okay, idiot. All because he does not want to get a job. This is the thought process, the mind and the thought process of a damn scammer. Scammers think this way. Oh no, I don't. I think the Black community, we don't take care of each other. We don't know how to build up a community. We don't know how to look out for each other. This is the same moron that did an interview with Nick Cannon of all people, who's also out here running around making all these babies he cannot even take care of physically and mentally and emotionally be there for and support because they're not even all in the same country. And he's talking about putting community over religion. You can't make this up. Umar, no one owes you a damn thing. You're not even trying to work hard for anything. All you do is put up a camera when you at the school, you run your mouth and say, oh, look at me scrubbing shit out of toilets. It's the vendor's fault. Because I didn't do any of this. I caused none of this. When he can't prove his name is on a deed. What a joke you are, boy. Umar's a joke. And now he wants to sit here and have a complex conversation with somebody. He won't even let her talk. So I don't even know what she's trying to say. But he asking the Black community, thank you, Keith. Asking for the Black community's donations, though. But won't even show a damn receipt to show or a general ledger or an expense report of how the money is being spent. My donors are not asking me that. Yes, they are, you idiot. You just don't care. Umar's a moron. Tavares says most Black Americans can't even trace their ancestors from Africa unless they do a genealogy test. You think Umar's ever done a genealogy test? He's lying about being related to Frederick Douglass. The family of Frederick Douglass had to say, we will sue you if you keep claiming you're related to us. We don't have time for your BS. Shut the F up. Like they almost had to sue this man. That's how just detached from reality he is. Umar's tapped out of reality right now. Where the family of Frederick Douglass flat out said, if you continue to allege that you are genetically related to us, we're going to sue you because that is fundamentally false. You have no evidence. Scientific evidence does not prove that. And you have nothing else to go on. They had to stop him from saying that lie with the threat of a lawsuit. That's how jacked up Umar is. Junior said, what's going on, Junior? He said he will be done before the summer of next year. People are tired of him. Exactly. And many have Native American roots. Yep. Because Native Americans occupied this country before even Europeans came here to settle. So this is coming from, doesn't he believe in Moorish? Is it Moors or Moorish? Where Moors believe that some parts of Ethiopia, something like that, somehow occupied this land first before Native Americans. Oh God. You can't make this up, man. Francisca said asking donations wherever he goes in the world, like Marcus Garvey did. Exactly. Just scamming, just nonstop scamming. Tavares, make sure you email me so I can make you a mod as well. Redemption said Black people wanted to donate desk, school renderings, as well as time and talent, which this idiot refused. Thank you. Shout out to Jamar, who literally tried to get him some help. And what did Umar say? No, we just need money. We got all that, brother. We got all that. We just need some money. Oh, okay. Y'all see how he's spending it. He had to pay out a private legal settlement for a matter he initiated as the plaintiff. Go figure. Because you just can't make this up. And he initiated the matter. And now he wanted to go away with a settlement because he knew he would lose like hell in court. And his slimy ass attorneys too stupid to realize that he had tried to file a slap suit. They knew they had it coming. God willing, we get moving. Yeah. We in this thing. What's going on, Ace? I miss y'all this week. Oh, we missed you too. How you doing? Shout out to you, Ace Nation. American Indian, not Native American. American Indian. Okay. Sector BS kept him in play. And he wanted the Black community to keep doing this. Desk and Umar blocked him. Exactly. Desk, land. I mean, you had people come forward saying they were willing to give up land for him to build schools, brand new buildings. Now he goes and buys the jankiest, black mold infested buildings he could find because he knew he had no control over that purchase. I want y'all to hear me on this. He didn't buy anything. K-12 management bought it. He knew he couldn't afford it. He had no say-so. He had no power in that. Now, they probably let him pick a location, but it had to be a location that would fall within their network. Right? He didn't buy anything. I still have yet to see any documentation or proof that he's paying on something because we haven't seen any receipts. See, Umar, this is what I get to say when you don't have any proof to debunk me. So if you show some receipts that you're paying on a payment plan for a building, then I'll believe it. Until then, I don't have to because there's no evidence to prove that. He hasn't presented any copies of checks, of money orders, or any transactions of any sort to prove that he's actually paying K-12 management or paying the city of Wilmington any money on a building. We still have yet to prove that he paid any money towards the judgments for the munitions. And when I say proof, I want to see receipt. I want to see a receipt of transaction. Just like you would get if you went to a store and purchased an item. Receipts. Umar can't prove it. Therefore, Umar, you Oompa Loompa, until you prove it, you haven't paid for it. Show proof you've paid for it. You want to call me a liar, you have to call me a liar with documentation. And in all my research, I haven't seen any proof of transactions. So I'm not going to say that he's paying on a building because I don't have any receipts or proof of that. I don't owe Umar the possibility of taking him for his word. I don't care what he says. I care about the documentation. I care about the proof. That's it. So until he shows proof, he's not paying on anything. He is not paying for shit. He won't even put that in the tax forms. You can't make this stuff up. Let's get back to it. We're almost done.
As American Africans, if we are trying to empower,
don't identify as that.
Let me finish. Well, right, I'm American African. I'm not a Black American. So
Okay.
yes, we definitely want to disagree on that.
Mm-hmm.
So
he died to child
if we are
support.
trying to empower ourselves, I'm not worried about the immigrant African because I'm too busy empowering myself. See, I'm worried about the immigrant African because I think he's going to get some of my crumbs that the master throws off his table onto the floor. Crumbs.
No, it's not about that.
Okay, so then what is your issue then?
First of all, I said I'm not narrowing it down to just them. I said that at least 5
But
times.
you started out with them. Your initial comments.
I started out with I don't see the representation of us in office. That's what I started off with.
You mentioned African immigrants. You didn't mention anybody else. You were specific to Black immigrants.
Said immigration is bad. It does not help Black Americans, period. Black African immigrants are not the only immigrants that are
I understand that, but that's not what you said in the beginning. Okay. But go ahead. That's not what you said in the beginning.
So I'm not narrowing it down or picking on any particular group of people.
But wait, time out. Let me clarify something, if I can. I said I identify as American African. You said you identify as Black American, and
I'm sorry, Tavares. That's my email there, LadyLuckClubLLC@yahoo.com. I'm sorry. How you doing? How's school going? Hope all is well, honey. Shout out to you. There you go, Tavares. Make sure you send me an email. Yeah, he never shows receipts of documentation. Facts. The trap bandos are show houses for him to collect donations. Exactly. Endless donations for 6.5, 7 years. Oh my God. He had intentions of I doubt he had intentions of opening a school. Me too. I don't think he ever intended on opening a school. I just think he, went with some idea that he knows that he could leave open-ended, and he didn't expect people to really challenge him with a timeline. So he might as well said, I'm building a hospital. I don't think it would have mattered if it was a school, hospital, library, a house. Like, I don't think it mattered. It still would have came down to the same thing. He had no intentions on opening anything. He just thought it would just be an open-ended opportunity to grift and to ask for money. Umar, no. That's not how that works, boy. And the FBI is closing in on you, and the IRS really gonna sink their teeth in you. He got those buildings on purpose to run the loan scam. Exactly, sir. Exactly. Oh yeah, I just dropped it below. I sent you email. Okay, I'll check it in a minute. Dodging child support won't monetize in social media platforms because child support will snatch up that with the quickness. Exactly. This is how he avoids taking care of his own kids. Can y'all send me the video to what he said in Brazil yesterday? He asked immigrants for donation. The upper ring is what he considers donors. Just like the pyramid scheme. Like, he doesn't care about the newcomers coming into the pyramid scheme. He only cares about what the people at the top, because all the money in the pyramid scheme goes to the top of the pyramid. He didn't care about the new folks coming in. He wants that fresh flow of money. That's why he does little things to try to reinvigorate his base, throw them some red meat to the Umar Tardians. They say, hey, look at me. I'm cleaning out Dookie out of a toilet. This is proof that I'm still trying to open up the school. It's going to open up soon, you all. It's going to get there. And all the people that perpetuated that BS, Mark Lamont, Charlemagne, Nick Cannon. Guess what? Where are their donations at? They wouldn't send their kids to his school. Nick Cannon can lie all day and say he would. No, he wouldn't. Not at all. No, their kids go to private school. They can afford it. So he's sitting here like, oh, look at what I'm doing now. I'm outside. They said I'm not opening up the school. I'm working hard to get these schools open. That's all he does. He throws red meat to his base. That's all he does. And it's like, well, at least he's still there. So I guess I'll send him a little money. No. Because he still can't show you proof of how he's spending it. So all of a sudden he can go to Brazil. That's what's so crazy about this. Now he can go to Brazil. You can't make this up. But yet won't show that he's got a vendor contract in place, a vendor receipt where he's paid a vendor to come in and do anything to that school building. But he can show his ass up in Brazil with no job. Like, his compulsive spending is outrageous. Umar doesn't know how to go about handling his finances well, because look how he just spends money on stupid things. He's just wasting time at this point. He don't care about his kids. Exactly. His daughter was in a hospital. He didn't say anything about that. So, this is who we're dealing with here. He does the bare minimum. His coat just eat it right up. Exactly. My kids go to public white school. I'm sure they do. They will never go to his. The mothers don't even want him around the kids at this point. Yeah, no. They would never send their daughters to his school. He doesn't even want a school for girls. He wants it for boys only. It's so crazy. Lies all the time. Yep. Thank you for the memberships. What's going on, Benny? Somebody got a membership? Oh, hold on. Rosetta, get the 5 memberships to the LLC. Thank you so much, Rosetta. Thank you so much, man. That is an absolute blessing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Shout out to those that got a membership. Enjoy them. We're going to be doing a test run to see if we can watch a Christmas Carol or something. Members only live tonight. So let's get moving on this one. Y'all, this is awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Rosetta. That's an absolute blessing, you all. And we, like I said, we have the $25 goal for the live stream. It takes care of, the expenses of the channel and goes towards the content here. I just paid $70 on this Xfinity because of internet. So you got to get high speed and all this other stuff, and sometimes it still stalls. Xfinity out here playing games with people. But that's what the contributions and things go towards. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let's get back to it.
Expect your right to identify.
Yes.
Oh, stay with me. You do not identify as an African, correct?
No.
I know, right?
Well, then that's the problem then.
The fireside.
You don't see them as your family anyway.
Thank you.
So
They
don't even
tell you,
What?
you're older than me. You're older than me, so you used to hear them say,
you're black.
You're
You're
not
not an African, you're black. So when you see an African immigrant, in your mind, you have no associated with them at all. Ancestrally, culturally, historically, nothing. So it's
They told me that.
So I'm not talking about what they told you. I'm talking about you. Stop passing the buck. We're talking about you. So then, if you do not see them,
I like his nerve. He always
any
passing the
level,
buck.
I see why you are adversarial towards them, because to you, they're no different than any other group. And if they're no different than any other group, why are you not also holding the other groups as accountable as you're holding the black?
I speak against it all.
Your opening statement was about black immigrants. Can we be honest about that?
But you didn't let me finish. You took on my question, but you didn't let me finish the whole entire thing.
Okay, Michael. Yes, Michael.
Okay. So my stance is against anybody that comes here and tries to undermine what Black Americans have already done. I'm against. It don't matter if you Haitian, Asian, Indian. If you undermine what my people have fought for, bled for, been beat for, jailed for, hung for trees for, I'm against you. It doesn't matter if you're black or Asian. I'm against it.
Originally, you only pointed out black people, and the reason I'm pointing that out.
But I had to finish.
Well, you could have said it then when you said Africans.
It's a
but
long
my point is the black Americans, as I'm going to call y'all, and I'm going to distinguish black American from American African in that although we're the same people, we have different mindsets. So the American African are those who see all Africans as part of our family, even if we take issue with them. Whereas the black American, y'all see them as a completely different group. That's fine. But my issue with y'all is y'all pick on them exclusively. And I ain't heard y'all do nothing yet about the homosexuals exploiting the black power.
Yeah, because they got all the rights when Obama was in.
About the Latinos.
They got all the rights when Obama was in.
About the white immigrants. All y'all talk about is African immigrants, who are only 3%. That is not your problem. Our problem is us.
Dr. Umar, who gave the homosexuals all the rights when he was in office? What was his nationality? He was an African and half white. Obama. Okay, he gave them all the rights. Nothing for us, but for us.
Yes, Barack Obama proliferated it and popularized it. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Who voted for Barack Obama?
I did not.
Who voted for Barack Obama? Overwhelmingly black people. It was the highest turnout.
Because he was portrayed as a black man.
No, don't make excuses. Did your black Americans put Obama in office, yes or no? Yes or no?
I don't read it. I don't have the numbers.
Answer the question. Did they or did they not give him the highest voter turnout for a presidential election in American history? Yes or no? Yes.
They did.
And when he ran a second time, did they not do it again?
I don't know about
so my question, black Americans, is why didn't you hold Barack Obama accountable instead of standing by celebrating him? I held him accountable. I'm one of the only voices.
And a lot of us did, but there's not enough of us who did. That's the issue.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think we should be focusing more on trying to control the behavior of African immigrants over which we exercise no power? Or should we be focusing more on channeling our $2 trillion into making ourselves into a superpower in this country? Where would you like to put your energy? If those were your
I would like to put my energy on getting minds to stop shopping at these people's stores who come into our community and do nothing for. That's my stance on it. I answered it.
That's my
focus.
You did not answer my question.
Go ahead.
I'm going to ask it again.
Go ahead.
Do you think we should focus on fighting and attacking? Okay, we? You said we. You said that to say what?
I'm not attacking anyone, Dr.
No, you said we. What did you mean by we?
You said we.
Me and said we. Did
you said we should focus more on.
No, say right. Did you say we?
This is ridiculous. What is this dumb argument about?
No.
Okay, because I thought that's what you was trying to say.
No.
Okay, so my question is, would you rather focus on trying to stop the progress of African immigrants in America, or should we focus on using our $2 trillion in spending power to build ourselves into a superpower in this country? Which do you prefer? What do you think is the better use of our energy?
Of course, the economic part.
So why don't we focus on that?
Who said we all have to speak for ourselves?
Why don't we focus on you getting a job, Umar? Let's start with that. Why can't you get a job? What is wrong with Umar Johnson getting a damn job? Why is that so hard for him? Why are they having this dumbass argument? What are they arguing over? He did not let her finish her question. He interjected. Then he said, well, you should have said that in the beginning. No, you should shut the F up and let her finish. But then what is her point? He wants to see her and ask her a question about who voted for Barack Obama. Why don't you just Google it? You can look up the percentages of the number of groups by ethnicity of who voted for Barack Obama. That's not hard. That's a Google search. Why are they having this dumbass argument again?
Individually.
Can you name me a single leader of the Black American We Hate African Immigrant Group that is
I don't hate Africans, so don't put that on me.
Listen, I'm not saying you, but you clearly got an issue with them. But I
said anybody that undermines the Black American experience. Anybody.
That's not what she said in the beginning. But listen to
what I'm saying. She's saying now, you moron.
Listen, or an organization that has an issue with African
immigrants. So stupid.
Who are trying to build a relevant institution for Black people. Give me someone who has an issue with African immigrants who are doing something to create an institution
closet
for the American African people. Can you name me one person doing something of significance?
There you go, Jay. 40% of Black Americans didn't even vote.
Can you name me one person?
Well, this is a new journey. So, of course, like anything else, they have to start somewhere. And I guess it's going to start by, and stop saying I hate Africans, because I never said that. I never said that. I said I hate anybody that undermines. I want to give the clarity. I never said I hate a specific group of people. I said anybody that undermines our people, I don't agree with.
I appreciate your clarity. Now, getting back to the question. Can you name
Why does he keep saying that then? He's trying to drum up an argument. This is so stupid.
Besides talk to empower the American African people using our own money. Who?
Not Umar, because Umar, all you do is talk and weaponize Black communities and your buffoonery to get money out of Black communities. Y'all don't see Umar saying, I'm not taking money from these group of Black people over here because they voted for Barack Obama. But I'll take money from these Black people over here because they didn't. He's not sectioning off Black communities and selecting certain Black communities to take money from. Whatever money his Cash App and his PayPal, he takes it, does it not? Who does it? Who says I'm not going to take money from this Black community over here because they voted for this person? But if you're a Black American or you're part of the Black community over here, I'll take their money. Umar's not selective who he takes money from. So what is his point? If it came down to it, he would take money from all Blacks because they're trying to give him money. Because in his mind, the goal is to get money. He doesn't care who it's coming from. He doesn't know if it's white people giving him money. He has no idea if it's Hispanics or Latinos, Mexicans. He has no idea if it's Asians, Filipinos, if they're European Caucasians. He has no idea where the money is coming from. Somebody could create a Cash App, put a generic name, and send him money through Cash App. And he would take it nonetheless. He would not text him back and say, hey, I see you sent me this Cash App. Can you tell me what Black community you come from? Can you imagine him doing that dumb shit? Umar would never do that. Do you really think he's going to sit here and see $300 land in his PayPal And then he's going to go out his way to the person that sent the PayPal money and say, hey, I just want to thank you for the $300 PayPal donation. Can you tell me if you're in the Black community that voted for Obama or the Black community that didn't? Because if you did, I'm going to send you this money back. Did that ever happen, Umar? You dumbass Oompa Loompa. Because if that's how he think, I'm just gonna call, man, this is gonna be nothing but entertaining from now on. I already don't take him serious. But if Umar is sitting here selecting people in Black communities based on what he thinks they should or should not be doing, and then he's only taking their money, then no one should have a problem with me clowning him for a week and saying he's full of shit. All the title of my videos will be Umar Johnson. He's still full of shit. That's it. That would be the thumbnail. Him scrubbing out Dookie and toilets and say he's still full of S for a whole week if he's sitting here being selective on who sends him money. He say these things as if he gives a damn about the donations he receives from these same Black communities that may have voted for Barack Obama. He's a clown. You can't make this up. Yeah, this is a dumbass argument.
Well, there's a lot of people.
Who's building a relevant institution?
Oh my God.
For the Black American.
He's not on my neck. He's not actually. No, I'm talking about whoever's in the comments.
Don't worry about the comments, my friend.
Yeah.
I got all type of coons in there. I got Zesty Fest. I got bunnies. I got all kind of stuff in there. Don't worry about them. If you don't look at the comments. Okay,
why don't you block them then, Umar?
Crazy. We can have difference of opinions.
Yes,
that's
we
the
can.
thing with
and
people.
I love you, my sister.
They don't think that you can have a difference of opinion and still be cool with somebody.
Yes, we are. We are good. We are family. We are family.
They gotta grow up.
I agree with you, my queen. Now to my question: who is building an
Somebody said Tariq Nasheed.
rather than worry about the African immigrants? Do you know somebody who's doing that? Because I don't know of anyone without white money, independently without white money. Who?
I know of a few.
Yeah, this is so crazy.
Can you give me
But
somebody?
I can't put their names out because they're gatekeeping.
Okay, I got you.
They're gatekeeping their things right now.
Okay.
So I can't do that.
To be seen, right? I respect.
To be safe.
No, I respect what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We will see it eventually.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Okay, but see, here's the thing. She's not naming him. Do y'all see what he's doing? He said that's not taking white money. It doesn't matter. You don't know if you're getting white money. He was hoping she say his name. Did y'all pick that up? Did y'all pick that up? He was literally hoping she would say his name. Umar, you dumb Oompa Loompa. Did you really think she would answer that question saying your name, you moron? Yeah. Yeah. Did y'all miss that? He's talking about that doesn't accept white money. Umar doesn't know what type of money he's getting in. He doesn't care where it's coming from. He could be getting, y'all know what would be funny if he found out that the majority of his money came from white donors. I mean, if he truly cared, he would shit a brick, right? Umar doesn't know or care where that money is coming from. He just wants the money. He can't even prove to us how much money he's getting here. He won't show any general ledgers or anything from PayPal or Cash App. He won't show receipts. He won't show anything. He won't show a bank statement. He's not going to show any of that. We won't see that evidence from him. Not from him. From him. From him. But yet and still, he's sitting here asking this question like he's expecting her to say, oh, Umar Johnson. Umar, she didn't say your name, you moron. What a goon he is. He said, look at him scratching his neck and stuff, needing a bath, need to shower and shave and all this stuff. And he said here waiting for her to say his name. Nope, she didn't say your name, you clown.
I want to thank you, my sister.
Yeah, he ready for her to go.
I love you, and I will die for you, and I love those lips. Black things forever, snow bunnies never. Enjoy your day, baby. Enjoy your day.
I love those lips. He mad as hell. He mad as hell because she didn't say his name. Y'all gonna go back. Oh, she made him look like an idiot. Oh man. Oh, okay. That's all I got out of this conversation. Yeah, her making him look like an idiot.
Anybody.
That's not what you said in the beginning. But listen to what I'm saying. Can you name me a leader, listen, or an organization that has an issue with African immigrants who are trying to build a relevant institution for Black people? Give me someone who has an issue with African immigrants who are doing something to create an institution for the American African people. Can you name me one person doing something of significance?
Y'all see how you phrase the question?
Complain about African immigrants. Can you name me one person?
Well, this is a new journey. So, of course, like anything else, they have to start somewhere. And I guess it's going to start by, and stop saying I hate Africans, because I never said that. I never said that. I said I hate anybody that undermines. I want to give the clarity. I never said I hate a specific group of people. I said anybody that undermines our people, I don't agree with.
I appreciate your clarity. Now, getting back to the question, can you name somebody who has an issue with African immigrants who are doing
something? See how you setting up the question?
To empower the American African people using our own money.
Look at y'all see
there's a lot of people.
Who's building a relevant institution for the Black American?
He's not on my neck. He's not actually. No, I'm talking about whoever's in the comments.
Don't worry about the comments, my friend. I got all type of coons in there. I got Zesty Fest. I got bunnies. I got all kind of stuff in there. Don't worry about them. If you don't look at them comments. Okay, I attract all kind of flies from the shit stack.
It's crazy. We can have different.
Somebody said Trump,
and I love you, my sister.
They don't think that you can have a difference of opinion and still be cool with somebody.
Yes, we are. We are good. We are.
Yeah, why don't you phrase this question again? Why don't you phrase this question?
That's to my question.
Get back to it. Who
is building an institution?
Building an institution.
Rather than worry about the African immigrants. So you know somebody who's doing that, because I don't know of anyone. Without white money.
Without white money. Independently without white money.
I know of a few.
Can you give me somebody?
I can't put their names out because they're gatekeeping.
Okay, I got you.
They're gatekeeping their things right now. Okay. So I can't do that.
To be seen, right? I respect.
To be safe.
No, I respect what you're saying. I'm saying to be seen. We will see it eventually.
Yeah.
So, okay. I want to thank you, my sister. You are my sister. I love you.
Y'all, he really wanted her to say his name. Who the hell phrases a question that way? He wanted her to say his name. He really wanted her to say his name, y'all. Look how he loaded up this dumbass question. Without, it is rather than without white money, independently without. I don't know how. I can't name them right now. They're gatekeeping. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. Yeah. Who is that? Look at that.
Rather than worry about the African immigrants. So you know somebody who's doing that, because I don't know of anyone. Without white money. Independently.
Without white money. Yeah, you wanted her to say his name.
I know of a few.
Look how he looking.
Can you give me somebody?
I can't put their names out because they're gatekeeping.
Okay, I got you.
They're gatekeeping their things right now. Okay. So I can't do that.
To be seen, right? I respect.
To be safe.
No, I respect what I'm saying. We will see it eventually.
Yeah.
So, okay. I want to.
Y'all, he's too much of a narcissist not to have her answer that question to say his name. He is too much of a narcissist. Let's say this is a setup. Let's say he planned her to call in. He picked her and wanted her to say certain things. Yeah. Why would he not want her to say his name? Why would he not want her to say his name right now? Because that would have been that golden moment for him. He asked this loaded ass question, talking about without white money, independently of white money. Come on, he's always saying that. And she still didn't say Umar Johnson.
Thank you, my sister. You are my sister. I love you, and I will die for you. And I love those lips. Black queens forever. Snow bunny.
They be talking about her lips. He's so nasty.
All right.
He's gross.
That was lovely. Who tapping in? We got a few more minutes. Who tapping in with the Prince?
She knows of a few. I know.
With the Prince of Pan Africa.
You know that closet smell like mothballs and church and shit.
Who tapping in with the Prince?
My closet smell like mothballs and church and chicken. Oh, that's funny. Ew.
Sister Tamika, how you doing, my queen? I didn't even know you had a question. I didn't know. I saw you there. But I was like, I'm not going to tap on her text message. If I tap on her text message, I'm going to forget to respond to her. after the thing. What's going on up in Yonkers?
Oh my God! Thank you for calling me back, Dr. Umar. Everything is all well. Everything is
he's
well.
snorting like he got stuff
I
stuck
had
in
a
his
question
nose.
about a child that will soon to be 6
Okay, talk to
in
me.
December. The problem is she's a sweet little girl, but she is so spoiled. She's so spoiled that if you tell her no, she feels rejected. She feels like you're harming her. She feels like she's being harmed, and it's escalating. It's to the point where now you say no to her. She's saying things like, "I don't want to be here no more," and now it's gotten to the teachers. So her father had to go to the school because they called him and told him that she said she wanted to kill herself, and she's barely even 6. And I'm trying to tell him that you cannot spoil her. Like when I
You
tell
cannot spoil her. That's correct. Now let me ask you though, Tamika, has she suffered any trauma? Separation from parents, alienation, abuse? Are we sure there's any trauma?
I think there is trauma because she did have a short episode of wetting the bed. That's one. 2, mom is not really in her life. Mom is present, but he's the primary parent.
Okay.
So he's doing the raising. The little girl is with him, and he does everything for her. Like he's the primary parent. She'll go to mom to visit sometime, but she's not as involved as she should be.
I think the child might need a psychiatric or psychological evaluation to make sure this behavior isn't trauma-based. That's number one. Number two, if it's not trauma-based, and the father or mother would know if they just be honest, right? If you just tell us the truth, we'll know if there's some trauma here, if we can know everything the baby been through. If there is no trauma, Tamika, here's my second question. Do you think this is the way that she's controlling everybody around her?
Yes, and I'm trying to tell him that because he's not raising her. He's treating her more like a doll. So he gives her everything she wants. I mean, she's still throwing tantrums. She's still stomping up and down, crying hysterically when she gets told no. So I'm not sure if there's trauma. I think there's a possibility, but I also believe that how he's raising her is also a problem.
Okay.
So I think it is manipulation. Or I think because she's even done it with me. If I tell her no, she'll cry. She'll become hysterical, and then later on, she's like, I don't want to be here no more. And it's severe depression after the episode. So I do think that it is manipulation, and she's very good at that.
Yeah, I think the issue is the father more than anything else. He's not holding her accountable for her behavior.
No.
And it's only going to get worse. So when is he going to, unless he knows that there is a trauma there and is letting her get away with murder because he don't want to address it? That's another possibility.
I think yes. I think there is. I think that's a part. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. But he still needs professional help.
Right.
And I think he should get it now because he doesn't understand. First of all, he's an older Jamaican man. That's one. 2, the society he grew up in is very different than the American society, and he doesn't understand the dangers of.
Yes.
You understand where I'm going. So it's hard to get him to understand because he doesn't want to ever get political. He wants to talk about culture and black. And I'm like, no. Here in this society, you have to be political. You cannot function in this society without having both.
That's right.
Need to be political.
That's right.
Then you do need to be cultural here.
That's right.
And he didn't come to this country until he was about 38 years old. So he really doesn't understand.
Yes. I see exactly what you're saying. Yeah, he got to get it together. Because they will end up trying to call her emotionally disturbed. They'll try to get her put on all type of meds. They'll have her walking around with bipolar diagnoses. He better stop and get control of his daughter now before it's too late.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Yeah, he better get real. This is America, and they are racist against black children. They don't care where we come from. See, we the ones with all the divisions. White people don't have no division. They just use us against each other till they're done with us.
Right.
Yeah. So.
But he's a good man, and I feel for him. And he's a good guy, but I don't think he truly knows how to deal with it. I don't think he knows truly how to deal with his daughter. I think he thinks that that's the best thing is just to give her what she wants, and he just don't understand. And yes, there is a history of mental illness from the mother's side.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, she might need an eval though, but I wouldn't go too quick with the eval because I don't want him to push the drugs. Right. I say psychiatric, I take that back. Psychological. And not school-based either. I think he needs to do a clinical one outside of school, and I would not give that report to the school. I would not. That is only for him. Make sure he knows. Stop telling the school all your business. He just needs to find out what's really going on with his child. But even before that, Tamika, she just needs a counselor. She should get a good therapist and a couple sessions with a good therapist.
Umar is just an idiot. He's all over the place. Stop. Umar, you're a moron. You're a dummy. She needs to go to a licensed, certified psychologist or psychiatrist. Period. You are not that person. Why are people calling him for him to turn around and say that? Because that's essentially what he's saying. And if she needs to go to a psychiatrist, then she should go to a psychiatrist. And then to say, don't tell the school. But the school has her for what, 8-9 hours of the day? Kids are in school for at least 8 good hours. 5 days a week. What do you mean don't tell the school? They're in school more time out of the year than they are at home. So no, they should definitely know what's going on. That's just such a dumbass thing to say. So what if something happens at the school? What if she goes to the bathroom and self-harm? And see, the school wouldn't know what to do because they have no idea that this is a problem. And now you're sitting here saying, don't tell the school your business. That's the dumbest shit ever. And this is coming from a deadbeat father who does not take care of his own kids, that had no hand in raising his own children, whose daughter was recently in a psychiatric ward, and he did not give a shit. He went to Brazil. But you didn't see him go to the hospital to visit his daughter, did you? He didn't even do a FaceTime video call with her. But he took his ass to Brazil. Get the F out of here.
Tell him your daughter needs therapy. He could just Google it. You know, whatever city that
clown.
black therapists, black psychologists, black counselors, and get her about 5 or 6 sessions to start and see if there's something there that need to be dealt with.
People about to get these kids
It
jacked up.
could be completely manipulation and control. It literally could be if she's been spoiled to death. You know what I mean? But it could also be some other stuff.
Right. And another thing I was thinking that
This is unbelievable.
Tell me if I'm going too far with this. Dopamine.
What about?
We know that people can be, well, I think we're all are. You correct me if I'm wrong, but we're all addicted to like that dopamine release. So her habit is she loves the iPad, she loves to get on there, she loves social media, she loves the games, she loves TV, and she loves getting what she wants. So I'm thinking she is just really addicted to that dopamine rush. Because when he gives it to her,
she's 6 years old.
She gets that dopamine rush. When he gives her candy, she gets that.
Didn't she say she's 6? Did she not say she's 6? We're talking about a 6-year-old. Did she say she was 6 or 7? How old is the baby? She talking about a dopamine and all this other stuff for a 6-year-old. Did I miss the age? Am I mistaking the age here? I thought I heard her say 6 years old. She's a little girl. She's 6 years old. Maybe she just wants her mother. Perhaps she wants her mother. Who knows if the father is keeping her from the mother? She is 6. Thank you. It was at and Jay. Okay. Because I thought I heard 6, and I just don't want to misspeak. So she's 6 years old. 6 years old. She's a little girl that doesn't have a mother figure, even if a supposed school psychologist who puts parents against their children's schools. Exactly. He's such a clown. She probably wants her mother. She certainly needs a maternal figure in her life. She needs a mother figure in her life. Now, who's to say that the father is not purposefully keeping the mother out of the picture so that he can avoid paying child support? Does that sound familiar, Umar? Because that would be the only reason why he would want custody. To avoid going to court to having to pay child support. Because for some reason, you got parents out here that think, well, if I'm ordered to pay child support, I might as well have them. No, because it takes more than money to raise a child. But what if the father is doing all of this intentionally? I'm just entertaining both sides of the coin here. Because, see, he's not asking any questions like that to gain a bigger perspective. But if the father is sitting here doing this because he's just trying to avoid paying child support, then he's just going to spoil and let her do whatever either way. How is that constructive parenting? What if the father was only doing this to keep the little girl from her own mother? How do we know that? How do we know he's not doing this to keep her from her mother and doesn't care about the negative consequences of that? And now she's acting out. Maybe this is what he gets, because he's being retaliatory or vindictive. And now this is the price he's paying. Maybe he is a good father. Maybe the mother has some problems. Maybe the mother was not fit. But he's not trying to really bring the mother around either. You push the other parent away, guess what? It's only so much the parent's going to deal with, especially when the child is still young. Now, let's just say the mother does have some issues and he does really care about his daughter. He loves his daughter. Why would he not just go and get her help? Why would he not just take her to a psychiatrist or a psychologist? Whoever this woman is on the phone should not have to tell him to do that if he truly cared. It's so stupid. She's 6 years old. There could be a myriad of reasons as to why she's acting out like this. But at the end of the day, any parent that cares about the welfare and the well-being of their children should not have to call a con artist Umar Johnson to be told you need to take your kid to go get a psych eval, whether it's with a psychiatrist or a psychologist. This child needs to be evaluated. And yes, you should tell the school that, because they spend over 50% of their time throughout the year in that school. The teachers would need to know what's going on. You don't want the baby to be in there trying to harm herself or take her life because she didn't get a candy and she doesn't know how to handle it. The teacher's like, what are we dealing with here? That's horrible advice for him to say that. Don't tell the school what's going on. Are you out of your damn mind? This is why he shouldn't be doing this. This is so illegal. This is so illegal. Look how he's screwing up this young girl's life. And he hadn't even met her. And you can't make this stuff up.
Because when he gives it to her,
this is insane.
She gets that dopamine rush. When he gives her candy, she gets that rush of dopamine. When she's on that
dopamine rush from a 6-year-old.
You understand what I mean? I feel like when
oh
she
my
doesn't
God.
get it, that's when the depression hits. That's when
that could be true, but that's not acceptable either. That got to be regulated. And if she's so used to getting a dopamine rush, then there's too much pleasure in her life and not enough accountability.
Right.
In other words,
she's
she's earning those things. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What you're telling me is she needs a steady diet of it just to function. That ain't healthy at all. That's like a kid addicted to the video games.
Oh my God.
When I tell you that man cannot move 5 feet, she's like, my daddy.
Oh man, that's not good. That's it, and that sounds like an attachment disorder in reverse too. So she don't.
He's not even asking questions.
Too much daddy.
Right.
And she might be snapping out because she has that attachment disorder with him. He's not. He hasn't separated himself enough from his daughter. And he needs
Thank
to
you,
Francisco.
He's not asking questions.
She's developmentally delayed when it comes to her social skills. Like she should be able to separate from her father and not snap out. So this is him. It's all going back to him.
Right. When it's time for school, oh no, she don't know daddy. She running up in that school. She's like, get off me. Okay.
Worst advice ever.
She loves school. That's the good part about it, that he doesn't have to, it doesn't have
she loves school, so that ain't a problem.
She loves school, so that's not the problem.
It's the social emotional though.
Right. Like he went
exactly, Manny.
So much time, and she asked for that man for 10 times and got upset when I said you have to be patient.
This is coming from the Oompa Loompa that has to be threatened by a court order to pay child support, and then will only pay it if he's in contempt of the order. He has to be facing jail time to pay child support. That's how pathetic Umar is. Pathetic. This stuff is so ridiculous, it's not even funny. This is why he should not be doing this.
She got hysterical. And I'm like, yo, I had no idea. I'm like, and I'm trying to tell him, like, yo, you need to take care of this.
Sounds like it too. Cheryl, separation anxiety.
I don't know.
Was that he's just
man? He better get on it. I mean, if he don't see it, Tamika, he don't see it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you can just keep trying to get him to see it. But he need to do something about that, because what she has is an anxious, ambivalent attachment to the father. It's an attachment disorder, and it's not healthy. He has not individuated her away from him yet, and he needs to start doing it. He needs to start dropping her off at places, cousins, nieces, nephews, brothers, community events. She should be in some extracurricular activities, at least for an hour, and then 2 hours, and then 3 hours. Like, she has to get comfortable not having her father within eye view sight whenever she goes somewhere. It's not healthy.
Right. Okay. All right, thank you so much, Dr. Umar. I'm glad you called. I do appreciate the call back.
No problem, my queen. We'll talk soon.
Copy.
All right.
This is horrible. This is horrible, man. You can't make this up. Y'all, we're going to be late for
Let's tap in, and then we're going to close
watch
out.
party.
Let's tap in, and then we're going to close out.
This is crazy. Umar's an idiot.
Pretty chocolate going once. Pretty chocolate going twice.
Oh, good morning.
How you doing, beautiful? Where you at in the world?
I'm in Mount Holly, New Jersey. I didn't know you were
Mount Holly. Mount Holly is Southern Jersey, right?
Correct. Coastal Philly, yes.
Okay, because I'm in Philly. I thought so. Okay, go right ahead, my queen.
I'm just here saying good morning. I tried to reach out to you. I invited you to my wedding last year.
What?
I missed it.
No, it's still happening.
When is it?
It's July 19th of 2026.
Where will it be? What city or state or country?
It's going to be in Berlin, New Jersey at Lucian.
Okay. I might be able to make that then.
Yeah, it's
I can drive, right? It's driving distance.
It is, correct.
And what's the date?
July 19th.
What day of the week is it?
It's on God's Day. It's on Sunday.
I think I can make that.
Okay.
Text me. You got my cell, right?
I do still have your number.
Text me that info and make sure you give me the city. I'm trying to make that. I like going to weddings.
Awesome.
Like those wedding gowns and those bridesmaids and those.
Wait, does he even know who she is? Who is this woman? Who this woman, Humble? He couldn't train my dog. I know, right? That's his spec. What? I hope Anissa stays on her meds, it stays working. Me too. That hoodie is a size X elephant. Umar needs to spend time with his daughter. Exactly. He called her. Why is she talking to Umar about these people? I don't know. It's crazy. Who is this lady? Just a random woman inviting him to her wedding. Who is she to him? Who this woman, Hoppo? Who this woman?
Let me behave. Stay focused. Well, y'all, I'm coming to the wedding.
Who this woman, Hoppo?
Who this woman?
Beautiful. I'm coming to the wedding. I think I'm gonna give me a tuxedo too. I think I'm coming.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
you can have your plus
Who
one.
this woman?
Now, listen, you gonna have a whole bunch of Neanderthal energy at that wedding or what?
Absolutely.
Sometimes I go to these black weddings, boy, and they be flooded with Neanderthal nation. I'm like, is this a black wedding?
I can't make this up.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
I can't take this call seriously.
I will. Thank you for answering my request. You have a good
problem,
day.
sweetheart. All right now. God bless. I got me a wedding in New Jersey, brothers and sisters. I got me a wedding in New Jersey.
Yeah, because we all know he needs that good meal and opportunity to meet more people to ask for more money from. Yeah. Thank you, black woman. Who this woman, Hoppo? Who this woman? You can't make this up.
I'm going to eat me some soul food.
See that?
And look at some curtain
meal
and some
See?
wedding gowns.
What
Like the wife, she's getting married. I'm not looking at her. Much respect. I am my brother's keeper.
No,
I am my brother's keeper.
This is coming from the man that actually slept with a married woman. And then told the husband, if you don't want her, I'll take her. Like she was an object or a thing or a cookie.
Fly, fine, and flashy. Going once. Fly, fine, and flashy.
You're only calling up women.
Going twice. Where is fly, fine, and flashy? Show your face, Queen. Don't be scared now.
Oh,
your name is Fly, Fine, and Flashy. She got scared, y'all. She got scared. Why you give up like that? Why you give up like that? She got scared. Why she get scared? Sister Mel, pull up Sister Mel. Where's Sister Mel at? Going once. Where's Sister Mel at? Going twice. Where you at, Sister Mel? Look at that beautiful face. Look at them lips and them cheekbones. Butter almond skin.
I love
Where you at, Sister
you.
Mel?
I
Let's see
love
you at. Stop being shy. You.
I love you.
I love you too, baby. Oh, Sister Mel. Okay, I gotta stop putting the sisters on the spot. I gotta stop putting the queendom on the spot. I gotta stop putting the queendom on the spot. Let me see.
Hey, Caleb. I'm my brother's keeper. Man, he can't even keep himself. Exactly.
Cure by Kim Wedding. She do the weddings. Where you at, Queen? Let's tell the people about
Umar
your
is a
business. How
fool.
you doing there, Sister Kim?
I am well. I'm up cooking breakfast for my family, and I'm actually about to put my husband on here. You know,
Okay.
this
Where
is
you at?
Dr. Umar.
Where you at?
Connecticut, Dr. Umar, yes. We're in Connecticut.
All right.
It is.
What up, King?
Oh, she said, what's up? Let me take
All right. He better not be naked. Don't be putting him on the phone naked. You gonna get my Instagram cancer.
not your Instagram cancer. So we have a
He
family
would
question.
not care.
Yes.
Hold on.
Our children are privately.
Umar would not care. This is coming from the man that spent time in Hyde Park. Why else would he say, don't put him up naked? Why is that the first thing on your mind, Umar? You're a nasty cockroach, Umar. You are a nasty cockroach.
Educated.
Okay. What you about private school or homeschool?
Private school.
Okay.
We live in New Haven, Connecticut, and the education here just is horrible. So we've elected to put them in school. Private.
Yes.
My daughter is this way. It's this way. You might see it. My daughter, Elena, is being diagnosed with ADHD.
What grade is she in?
She's 10. She's in the 5th grade.
5th grade, 10 years old. Now you said she's being diagnosed. Does that mean the evaluation has already been completed?
So we've had an evaluation with her doctor. She has a Black therapist. The school has evaluated her, and the city of New Haven has evaluated her. So the city of New Haven is saying there's nothing wrong with her. Her Black psychiatrist has said she's more inattentive than hyperactive.
Okay.
So my husband and I were like, let's reach out to Dr. Umar to see exactly what his idea of how these tests should go, and if medication should ever be in play, and if before then, what should we be doing to help her focus?
Don't do the meds.
Okay.
First of all, you just said she's primarily inattentive.
Yes.
Drugs can't do anything for attention.
Okay.
Drugs can only address hyperactivity by slowing down the brain. You feel me?
Yes.
So giving your daughter medication is a waste of her time, not to mention all the side effects that come from the medication.
Okay.
Follow me?
Yes.
So once upon a time, we had ADD, attention deficit disorder. We don't have ADD no more. It's all ADHD now.
Correct.
So in your daughter's case, she would be classified with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, primarily inattentive.
Correct.
Right? But like I said, there's no drug that can make you pay attention.
Okay.
None at all. So there's no need to give that child medicine. Absolutely not. I'm against medicine anyway, but I'm really against medicine for a kid who's not even hyper. You see that?
Yes.
Now, what y'all might want to consider, okay, is some herbal alternatives that they have at the health food store. Different.
What you might want to consider is taking her to a doctor. And then if you don't like what that doctor's saying, or if you found research to say otherwise, get a second opinion. I mean, let's not pretend like there's only one doctor on earth. And Umar is not a doctor. He's just not. He's not practicing psychology. He cannot call himself a practicing psychologist. And he cannot give assessments or evaluations because he's not licensed or certified. So it's like someone going to law school and they being called an attorney. No, they're a lawyer. They're not an attorney until they get a bar license and they practice law. And I had an actual lawyer explain the difference. That's what's so jacked up about this. People calling him a doctor as if he's practicing psychology. He has no license. He has no certificate. And these people aren't even Googling this. They're not even doing a Google search. They certainly haven't read any documents about the Board of Psychology putting him in check, saying even if he could get a licensure, they don't want him to because he's done so much damage with misleading and being deceptive to the public, trying to purport himself to be a psychologist. He doesn't care. So, Umar, I don't expect you to care when you get reported and when they do another investigation on your ass. Don't care about that either. Just let that happen. You and the Umar Tardians can kick rocks barefoot. Because if you can't read words on a paper and know he should not be doing this, then you could be a co-conspirator and be investigated right along with his ass. We don't care. This is dangerous to what he's doing. And he's interfering and disrupting a child from receiving proper care and treatment. He is literally giving advice to a kid who needed an attorney. You can't make this up.
Things to calm her down, but she's not hyper, so that's not going to matter either. Here's the bigger.
Oh my God, he's so dumb.
Yeah. So in terms of her, one, she's in a white space, and two, it's to me knocking at her confidence that she's unable to focus. All those things, and we tried a battery of vitamin B, vitamin D, all of those things.
Does she not like it? How does she feel about the school?
I'm sure that she would love to be in a school with all Black kids, but the education just isn't there.
Right, but here's what I'm saying. It don't matter how good a white school is if the Black child is not comfortable there.
Okay.
Now again, this may not be the main reason. It may not be all of the reason. But if it is a factor, we have to consider it. Because if your daughter is psychologically checking out of school, no drugs, no counseling is going to make her check back in if she's not comfortable. You see what I'm saying? So we have to consider that. Now, along with that, though, are there
because comfort over education.
Like, is there bullying? Is there racism?
So you rather your kid go to a school? All right. So we go. I guess we going there, Umar. You dumbass. He who did not raise his children, by the way, he's never had to enroll his kids in a school. That's something Umar has never done. He's never had custody or anything to where he was responsible for ensuring that the kids went to a good school. So here we go. Which would you rather happen? I'm going to ask the chat. I want all of you all to participate in this. Put a 1 in the chat if you would rather your kids go to a school for a good education. Put a 2 in the chat if you would rather your kids go to a school for the good comfort level. 1 in the chat if you want a good education. 2 in the chat if you just want comfort. 3 in the chat if you're saying, Lady Luck Club, why the hell are you asking us this dumbass question? Let's go. Manny already knew what's up. He started with a 3. Let's go. 1 in the chat if you want education. 2 in the chat if you want comfort. 3 in the chat if you said, Lady Luck Club, why the hell are you asking us this dumbass question? Let's go. Let's see it. 57 people watching. 1 in the chat, good education. 2 in the chat, just for their comfort. 3 in the chat, Lady Luck Club, what the hell are you talking about? Because you just can't make this up. Most people want their kids to go to a school for a good education. You can't make this up. I mean, it's just insane. No. You need to think about that because it's an all-white school and they couldn't get an education. Yeah, never mind that. I just why don't you just think about what's comfortable for them? So okay, so she should go to a school because of race that he has an issue with. By the way, they shouldn't have a problem with the race, but because he has an issue with race, she shouldn't be going to a all-white school where she's getting a good education. She should be going to the black school where she's just comfortable and education be damn. They just said she's going to the school because it's a better education. The black schools, they checked it out and it's just not there. That's what they said. So piggyback off what they said, the black schools don't meet the educational standards that they're looking for. They want their child to have a good education. That's what all good parents want. Umar has not raised his kids. He has not helped take care of his children. He doesn't give two shits. So why would he care about what school kids go to, getting an education? He doesn't care about any of that. He has no involvement in that. So he's saying it shouldn't matter. As long as she's comfortable, that's more important. Never mind that education thing. Who cares about education? No. She's learning trigonometry and getting all A's? Screw that. She's not healthy. She's not happy and comfortable. I don't care what she's getting. So, Umar, if she goes to this black school where we already checked out the education is not there, test scores are bad, the classrooms are overcrowded, it doesn't matter. Is she comfortable? That's all that matters. This idiot, man, there are no words to express the stupidity that is Umar Johnson. The stupidity. And I blame the parents on these calls. Even if you are doing research and you got both parents right here, you have a mother and a father. Why the hell are you calling Umar? And you hear him saying, well, the good education doesn't matter. I mean, what matters more is her being comfortable. I would have been like, wait, no, we want our kid to have a good education. I'm sorry. I just can't go there. Because don't you think they would have put her in a black school if they just cared about her being in a school based on her race? At what point do we not decide to just stop being segregational in our mindset? Schools desegregated. We fought and we marched as black people, as a race here in the U.S. so that our kids can have access to equal education and opportunities so that they can go to a school with good education, even if it is in predominantly white communities. And here he's saying, well, no, don't worry about that. Don't worry about the good education. What comes first is her being comfortable. That's more important. Is she more comfortable? He's a bad parent. Now, I'm starting to see more of why a judge told him, no, if you want visitation with this child, it has to be supervised. Now I'm understanding why, Umar. I'm understanding why your visitation is supervised and ordered by the court. I'm understanding why. You're saying some of the dumbest shit ever.
Is it the tracking? Is it targeting? Like, is there anything obvious there that we have to address?
So we had
Can't
a bumper
make this
too,
up.
but I think that if she goes to New Haven Public School, she's gonna have a bumper too there. She has a very privileged life, so she may have the opposite effect, being in a school where being in a school with all black kids that don't necessarily have the same socioeconomic situation that she's in.
How is her academics? How does she do?
She does fairly well, and her school supports her. And what I love the fact is they support every single child in whatever area they're faltering in. It's not a one approach to every single kid. They all are supported individually, and she can't get that in New Haven Public Schools, no matter what.
Yeah,
they just don't have the resources.
AC or BC student, where she's at? Where is she?
She's probably BC.
She's probably BC, but nowhere near in danger of failing, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
Then you know what I would start with? You said she has a counselor?
Yes, she's black too, as well.
Okay, how long has she been working with the black counselor?
8 months.
Okay, are you noticing any change at all?
I don't think Elena necessarily likes her, but I do know that we have to shop around sometimes.
Let's switch it out.
Okay.
Here's the one thing you got to understand about counseling. Counseling is unlike any other profession in the world. If y'all need a plumber, any plumber will do, right? If you need a car mechanic, any car mechanic will do, right? If you got to get surgery on your foot, any surgeon will do, right? That's not how it is with counseling. With counseling, the client has to like the person.
Okay.
Has to be comfortable with the person that's giving them the counseling, especially a child. Especially a child. If your daughter isn't absolutely
So if you needed a mechanic, and let's say you have a foreign car, let's say you have a Lexus, You mean to tell me you're gonna take your Lexus to a mechanic that only specializes in, a Ford GMC and Chevrolet trucks? So you're not going to take your vehicle to someone that actually can do mechanical work on a foreign vehicle, which is what Lexus is considered to be. Last time I checked, well, it's at least definitely a high-end vehicle. You mean to tell me you're not going to take that Lexus to someone that can make repairs on the Lexus vehicle? You're going to just take that vehicle to any mechanic that will do, regardless of whether they have any experience in doing. I'm talking about basic service. Let's talk about a brake job. Let's say you need some more brake pads. You're going to take your Lexus vehicle to any old mechanic to get a brake job done? This is absolutely absurd. I don't even know what else to say right now. Shout stupid. I know, right? Umar is stupid. He's so stupid. Can we get stupid flooding the chat? Umar is stupid in the chat. Can we just flood the chat with Umar is stupid? Umar, you cannot take your vehicle to any mechanic. Any old mechanic. This is coming from a man who does not own a car. You can't just put any old gas in your car. It's like saying you need an oil change. Any old oil change will do, right? No. Certain vehicles have certain requirements with what type of oil and gasoline to put in it. Would you put gasoline that's meant diesel fuel for, those 18-wheelers and stuff? Would you put that in a four-door sedan? Let's say you have an Audi, another, foreign car. You got an Audi vehicle, an Audi, A-U-D-I. Are you going to put that diesel fuel that belongs in an 18-wheeler inside of your Audi? You can't say that in every scenario. If you need gas, any old gas will do. No, that's not how the hell that works. Umar is stupid. He's so stupid. He just said, if you need a plumber, any old plumber will do. No, because what if you get somebody that comes out and they're like another Umar? They're trying to rake you over the coals. They're trying to leech off of you. Then they make up issues that don't even exist so that they can keep coming out and charging you all this money, when all you needed was a plunger to unclog that toilet because Umar done stuffed crap in it for 2 years and never flushed it. You see where I'm going with this, Umar? This is coming from the man who scrubbed out dookie out of toilets, not toilets, toilets, with nothing but some thin pair of gloves and a rag that he used on everything. 2-year-old dookie sitting in toilets. Talking about any old plumber would do. He's such a pauper. It's not even funny. Umar thinks like a pauper, like a poor, stupid, uneducated simpleton, and says the dumbest stuff. I cannot imagine having a conversation with this moron. I just can't. I just cannot. It would get on my nerve to have a conversation with him.
Comfortable with that counselor, she's not going to open up. If she
Can't
don't
make
open
this
up, the
up.
counselor can't help her. If the counselor can't help her, she's wasting her time.
Yeah.
So if your daughter is giving any sign at all, not that there's anything wrong with the counselor, but if your daughter is not comfortable, you got to switch it because you're wasting time and money. She
Okay.
has to like the person, because if they don't like the person, they don't open up. So I suggest that y'all get someone else. I even suggest that you find 2 or 3, take her on an interview with them, and ask her which of those 3 you want to work with.
Do you suggest a male counselor in that mix, or just should I stick with females?
It don't really matter because she has a mother and father at home. You feel me? If she didn't have a father, I say get a male. If she didn't have a mother, I say get a female. But she got both of y'all, right? So
Yes.
It really don't matter. It's about the goodness of fits.
Okay.
But get her another counselor. Another question I have y'all spoiled her?
I haven't. She has.
She has, because that can have something to do with it as well.
Spoil has levels. I've been listening to you for about an hour. She is no way in shape or form of that precious little baby that was before us.
Okay.
That is not our case.
Okay.
We just have grown up differently, so our context of spoiling is different.
I got you. What grade does her school go up to?
9th.
all the way to 9. She's in the 5th, right?
Yes.
I will say that I think this is decision year, though. This is decision year. I really have to talk to her and see if this is the place for her to be for middle school. Or does she need to go somewhere else for middle school? You know what I mean?
I agree. I don't want her confidence and stuff to be messed up in middle school. It's very important right now.
Yes. And with them white schools, you got to be careful because once they tear down our baby's confidence, they don't often get it back a lot of times. You know what I mean? So this might have to be the last year, but you can make a deal with her too and say, listen, if you do what you got to do this year, we might consider looking at another place. But you got to produce in order for us to get there. Is she in any extracurricular activities?
Everything, swimming, baseball, and we put her in MMA just to kind of build her confidence. But she excels in sports, and that's where we're building up that confidence in order to be able to see if it'll translate academically.
Is there any chance that she may be dealing with a low level of anxiety or depression for any
Absolutely.
reason? Because anxiety and depression is really your attention deficit disorder.
Absolutely.
If a child got anxiety and depression, that is the ADD. Because all they're doing is ruminating over their problem when they
where does that come from?
The issue is.
Where does that come from? Because I don't even understand that.
A million different things. Does she have siblings in the house?
Yes.
If she feel like she's not getting enough attention, if she feel like one of the other siblings is allowed to do more than her, if she feel like she don't get her daddy's attention as much as the other ones, or the mommy's attention as much as the other ones, it can come from anything. Let me ask you this: is she the baby?
No, she's the
oldest.
She's the oldest. So is there a chance that she believes that the younger siblings are taking too much of her attention away from y'all?
I keep a fair balance.
He keeps a fair balance. My son is just very charismatic. Well, no, my son is just very charismatic. So people really draw to him. And he's 8.
He's 8. She's
10.
10. Okay, is it just the two of them?
Yeah, well, our oldest child is out the house. He's 22. So he's not even,
Okay. The son is getting too much attention.
From the world, for sure.
From the world. What about y'all?
No, we're pretty even in here.
Y'all pretty even.
Absolutely.
So it's all outside.
Absolutely.
Okay. Do each of you spend time with her alone? In other words, mom time alone outside the house, dad time alone outside the house to try to compensate for some of that extra attention brothers get?
We don't, and we probably should, but they have such a packed schedule. My husband's an entrepreneur. We are on the go. They're with me most of the time, and they don't get the individual attention that they probably should. It's a collective.
I'm assuming dad is with son a lot, right?
No. I'm with both of them. They both. He plays baseball. She plays softball. So when I'm practicing, I have them both together practicing with each other. So,
but it's not a lot of individual attention.
But I don't get either or individual attention.
So yeah, he doesn't.
It's usually both of them at the same time.
Around for this stuff. This call should have ended already. What is going on? He, you know what? He can't stand right now. He can't stand to see this family unit. He's asking questions where you can tell where she's having to. Okay, she's saying, "Well, it's not that level of spoiled now." Well, she's with me. No, she's not with me. She's with both of us. Yeah, I mean, why is he asking these questions? How old is this young lady? Didn't they say she was what, 16, 15, 16 years old?
We're always together when they're with me because I'm doing the shuttling, I'm doing the cooking and being home with the kids. So, I mean, what just stuck out to me is that there's really no one-on-one time where we go get our nails done or we go, go for a walk or something like that. Yeah.
In her mind as a child, although this may not reflect reality, I think she feels she's not getting enough from y'all for some reason, whatever that is. And I think if y'all start spending the one-on-one time with the house, each of you, and of course y'all still do the family stuff together with both
so ignorant.
You need some one-on-one time with each parent outside.
Okay. I don't even understand that. I ain't get none of that shit.
You old school. That's why you old school.
Right, you know he old school. He's like, she don't need no one-on-one touch. She need to sit down and read that paper and do that home.
Yeah, no, he didn't get any of that because guess what? Real men detect when another man is full of shit. To all the men, to all the gentlemen in the Lady Luck Club, to all the gentlemen Lucksters, put a 1 in the chat if you can detect and discern a bullshitter when you see him. Because my father could detect a BSer when he saw it. He could smell it coming a mile away. My father could. My father would never have allowed Umar to give him any advice about me. My dad could detect the BS a mile away. I knew that dude was full of shit when I saw him get out the car. Real men up in here. All the real men up in the Lady Luck Club. Let me know. You can see a BSer coming a mile away. Would you ever let another man tell you that you're not being a good father when you're not even picking up those signs? He's talking about, I could tell, I feel it. I detect that she's not getting enough time with you all individually, one-on-one. And this dad is like, I didn't pick that up at all. Not at all. Yeah. Because Umar is full of crap. Real men can pick that up. And this is coming from the man that did not raise his own kids, by the way. And they're talking about what sounds like a preteen girl, a teenage girl. This man did not raise, Umar did not raise his own children. He has a 22-year-old that was in the psych ward. Everyone else online knew about this, and he hasn't said or did anything. He didn't go to the actual facility to go see her and see what's going on. He flew out to Brazil, but he couldn't make his way to Maryland to go check on his daughter. But he went to Brazil. This is a man that's full of crap. So this father is right was saying that. I didn't pick that up at all because he didn't. It doesn't exist. Umar's just making up. He's trying to he's trying to let these parents look bad. He wants to say something that would just reveal some weakness about him. He can't stand the fact that they're in this camera together, happily married, talking about the kids being privileged and having opportunities. They're working hard, taking care of them. It's boiling his blood. He can't stand it. So he has to say something negative about it. He has to say something that's antagonizing to the situation, because this is driving him crazy to see this happily married couple trying to do their best to take care of their child. Their only mistake in this is getting on the phone with this idiot, trying to seek any advice from him. Of all the high level of intelligence that they display, just a little bit of common sense gets you a long way. Worst thing he could have done is this. Why are you talking to Umar Johnson trying to get his damn advice? Why?
She's the princess.
I hear you.
Yeah, she needed it back. But try it. It'll work. Remember,
Thank you so much.
We can't always
get him out the phone.
The way we were raised, even if the way we were raised worked for us. You feel
Makes
me?
sense. Yeah.
Everybody's different.
Gotcha.
Two children in the same house are going to have two different experiences because they have two different personalities with two different temperaments. So we have to make sure we cater it to her while still holding her accountable for her behavior.
Yeah, that's a demon.
Thank you so much. We will still text you, but thank you. We wanted to talk to you before we made any decision, so
Yes,
I
ma'am.
appreciate it.
No,
Hey,
man.
you caught me off guard, man. I had no idea what the hell was going on. Oh shit!
Tell them get up and go rate them leaves.
Thank
you.
All right,
Bye-bye.
God bless y'all.
All right.
All right. Ain't nothing like seeing a black husband and a black wife, man. That was powerful. Wasn't that powerful, y'all?
Yeah, he's mad and jealous about it. You know, because he can't get a woman that's educated and smart and making a lot of money to take care of his bum ass because he doesn't want to work. Yeah, nah. He couldn't even have a conversation with the lady with the wig on. Wouldn't even let her finish talking. And he knew he couldn't dominate this conversation because that dude wasn't going to let him just overtalk his wife. It made him sick to see that.
Wasn't that powerful? Ain't nothing like seeing a black man and a black woman in the same house raising a
That
children
made him
together.
sick to
We
see
got to
that.
get back to that, y'all. We got to get back to that.
He lying like hell. Oh my God.
So brothers and sisters, I'm going to get ready to tap out. We had a good call today. If you need private consultation, life coaching,
I'm
you know
glad
what
you
to
feel
do.
better this far.
Join us in Nat Turner Land for Nat Turner's Kwanzaa on December the 19th. Join us in Nat Turner Land for Nat Turner's Kwanzaa on December the 19th. Go to natturnerlibrary.com. Make sure you donate to the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. Personal donation.
Yeah, you still trying to raise money for this scam. Okay. That's all. That's the whole thing, y'all. Why he raising money for this? Because he ain't learned nothing yet. So you got to comment, Umar. You about to learn your lesson. Trust me when I tell you that. So I appreciate all of you all for tuning in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push the watch party for Nature Boy to tomorrow because we're not doing, I didn't schedule a whole lot tomorrow. I got one live I scheduled and we'll do the watch party because I really want to get to the members only live tonight to try to test to see if we can watch a Christmas movie or something. I need a brain break. I'm telling you how to right now. So if you guys have memberships, thank you all for those who got those memberships and shared those memberships with others. If you been able to grab one, YouTube picks them out randomly. So congratulations to those that may have been able to be blessed with the membership. We're going to do a members only live tonight. I really just want to kick back with you all, chat with you all, try to see if we can watch a Christmas movie or something. I'm in this Christmas mood and go from there. And hopefully, YouTube doesn't get stupid with it. Okay. So we'll push back the live stream for the watch party tomorrow. If I do anything with Umar, it'll be to check out Marianne Lorian's video. She did a live stream. It's like a little over 2 hours and 30 minutes, something like that. So we'll check that out tomorrow if I do something like that. But I don't want to bog down the day tomorrow. Yeah, her video is like 2 hours 36 minutes. So we do a live stream on Umar. It'll be based on her video. It'll be this video here she did last week. She went live. So I do want to check out to see what she had to say, and just kind of keep it light, and go from there. So we got the live stream that one of the content creators talks about coming out of this cult of Candace Owens. And I really want to play her. Her first video was fantastic, and she did another video 4 days ago. And then we'll watch out on some Army and get some comedy in. And then, of course, we'll check out the watch party for Nature Boy, because I miss being able to do those. So we're going to get it in. It's already scheduled. So we'll push that back tomorrow. And tonight, members only. Christmas Carol. Yep. I don't care which version. I love them all. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you all so much for the support. Hit the like button on the way out. And we're going to be getting on the members only soon. So make sure you guys get your popcorn and everything ready. We're going to have a chill. We're not even going to do Spanish class. And I say that because I really want to just chill out and just kick back, talk with you all, watch a movie, and that's it. So if you guys are interested in doing that, then look out for the notification on that. And until the next one, Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.